Hello, everyone. This is Lada from astrolada.com and Nikola Stojanovic, your favorite astrologer. Everyone is here to see him, to hear what he has to say. And thank you for joining us. Hi, Nikola.
Hi there. Hi, everybody.
And I want to tell everyone that it's going to be 2.5-hour webinar, and we'll try to cover as much as possible throughout it. But, we might not be able, we'll be able to answer a few questions, but not everything. And we're going to try and answer only questions that everyone can learn from rather than very...
I will try to cover lots of planets and aspects, and I will just try.
Yeah, as long as time permits.
Yes. Okay, good.
But let me just open also the chat so I can see. Yes, people are online. They hear us well. They see us well. Perfect. Hello from London. Okay, wonderful. So
this webinar is about how to help us using astrology to have less problems in our lives. Okay.
Yes.
Let's save the people. Let's save the world.
Yes. Okay. Great webinar. I'm excited.
Okay, so we're talking about how to change energies of planets in our benefit. But first, we must know what each planet means, because every planet represents lots of things around us and lots of situations and people and but we should stick to the basic meaning of planet energies. Let's start with the sun.
Yes.
The sun, for example, the sun represents what you have on your head, glasses.
Uh-huh.
Because why the sunglasses? When we are watching something, what we really do, we receive the sun ray.
The light, yeah.
Yes, the light. Yes, the reflection of the sun ray. And if we have some problems with our sight, people usually use glasses. Okay, so sun represent glasses. Sun represent gold color and represent some objects made from gold. Okay, and the sun also represent the sun.
Yes.
Okay, and sun rays and everything about the sun.
Summer.
So we can use these objects. For example, if somebody has the sun in the first house, and people like that like to wear glasses, they don't even have to have problem with sight, but they like to use that object, and but it is also good for them because they feel much better then. The first house is what we should do to feel better. So if somebody has the sun in the first house, he or she should start wearing glasses, and also gold is good for them. Okay, but listen this, now we must follow the aspects. If sun, for example, has square to Saturn, we don't have to wear black glasses, with black. Because
Saturn is black.
Saturn represents black color, square is bad aspect. So we should avoid the black color of, how do you call it?
Of glasses, yeah, of sunglasses.
Yes. Okay,
or the glasses, yeah.
All the glasses, yes. But if sun is in trine or sextile to the Saturn, then people should wear, glasses that are black. So we should also observe the aspect. Okay, and when somebody has the sun in the first house, he or she should wear some gold,
Maybe gold glasses.
Yes, why not? Gold glasses, why not? So they will feel much better, and they will represent themselves better in the eye of others. They should use that energy. Okay. Good. But if somebody has, for example, the sun square to Neptune is glasses like this, for the sun,
Foggy.
So, foggy, yes, so it is not good for them to use these foggy glasses,
Uh-huh.
sun square to Neptune, because they will see not good and they will be confused.
Uh-huh.
And instead of behaving, uh, in a good
Confident.
manner, they will be confused all day long if they wear it.
Wow. It's so simple at
It's
the
so
same
simple,
time.
yes, yes, yes. But if somebody has the sun trine or sextile to Neptune, they should wear it. They feel good in that.
Yeah.
So good. Is this clear? So aspects are also very, very important.
So we avoid bad aspects. We try not to wear
Yes,
and do the
yes, yes,
things
yes.
of the bad aspect so we don't bring it into our life.
Okay. And we can use sun in houses. We can start with that. If somebody has the sun in the second house, the house of money, the second house is one of the most important houses in our chart, everybody's chart.
Yes.
Okay, so the sun in the second house means that people, if they want to have more money or to preserve money, not to spend too much, they should have a gold coin in wallet.
Ah, because the second house is the wallet. Yes.
Wallet also, yes. The sun represents gold. So it is good for them to have a gold coin in their wallet
Yeah,
and not to spend it, just to keep it in wallet.
and you're using Placidus house system. Placidus. I'm
Yes,
just making sure
yes.
everyone knows. Okay, I have the sun there. I should wear a gold coin in my wallet.
Okay.
I have a gold wallet. This is crazy. My son
Yeah,
is in
this
the
is
second
also good,
house.
to have a gold wallet. Yes.
Since I bought it, I started making a lot more money. This is
Yes,
crazy.
I'm telling you. You have the sun in the second house.
Yeah, in
And
Aries.
also put some coin because your sun is in the sign of Aries. Aries rules with metals. So it
Yeah.
is gold coin.
Oh
Put
my
it, put
God.
it in there. So
What
also
animals?
the
What,
gold, excuse me, you said the right thing. The gold color of your wallet is also great.
amazing. What about if I wear a picture of a lion? Because the sun is a lion
You can,
animal.
yes, you can put some lion, but it is much better to have a gold coin because your
Yeah.
sun is in the sign of Aries rules with metals.
Yes.
Gold is a metal,
Wow.
so just put some gold. Don't spend it and keep it.
Yeah. Amazing.
So you have more money. Good.
Yeah.
But also beware because when you have more money, you like to spend for very expensive things.
Absolutely. With the sun, you want to spend big.
Yes, yes, be careful, be careful. Okay, okay, good. And um, the sun in the third house. For example, one businessman came to me, and I'm telling you because we all people should make some image of them. So when somebody has the sun in the third house is the car we drive. So I told him, you must buy, the best car if you want to be more successful.
Uh-huh. Because the
More,
sun
more,
is the best.
yes, yes. The sun is something the best. So his son is in sextile to Uranus. Uranus is something very fast. So I told him buy some Ferrari, buy some very fast, famous car. And
Sports and
he
the best.
and when he did it, his job starting, to improve.
Oh my God, that's
It's
amazing.
good. Yes, great, great, great.
If the
So,
sun is in a bad aspect in the third house with Uranus, they shouldn't buy a very fast car.
yes, you're right. If somebody has the sun in the third house square or opposition to Uranus, they shouldn't buy a fast car. No,
Yeah.
they will have car accident naturally.
Yeah.
So aspects are very, very important.
Or if they have opposition with
And
Mars,
also,
they
listen,
shouldn't buy a red car.
this guy has the sun in the third house, sextile to Uranus, and also sextile to Jupiter. So I told him, buy that car in some foreign country
Uh-huh.
because I wanted to push up energy of Jupiter also.
For him.
Jupiter is in some foreign country. He could buy that car also here, but I told him because of the Jupiter, buy it in some foreign country. And he went because his sun is in the sign of Libra. Libra is Vienna, Austria. So I told him, go to Austria, Vienna, and buy there a car. And he did it, and his job improved.
Because the sun also rules career, doesn't it? And
Yes,
goals, our
yeah.
goals in life.
And his son is in the sign of Libra. He's a lawyer, Libra
Ah,
rules with that.
yeah,
And
wow.
and listen this, I told him, when you buy that car, you will have lots of foreign companies. Uh, they will be your clients because when he has a very nice looking car, fast one, Sun sector Uranus, the Sun is also in sector to Jupiter, foreign clients.
Yeah.
And after that, after he bought that car, lots of foreign clients came to him.
Wow,
So
this is
representing
brilliant.
foreign clients in his country. Okay,
I
good,
love this.
good. But if he had, for example, the Sun square to Jupiter, he shouldn't go to some foreign country to buy it.
And what if the sun is square or conjunct Saturn there? What should they avoid for a car?
The Sun conjunction Saturn,
Oh,
but
difficult aspect,
yes,
Saturn.
I know. But if the Sun has Sun with Saturn has conjunction with Saturn, has good aspects with other planets. It's not so bad aspect. Conjunction is good when we have good aspects with other planets.
Uh-huh. Okay, so it's not so bad.
Not so bad. For example, Sun conjunction Saturn, he should buy some, old style car or something like that. Why
Like
not?
an Aston Martin,
Yeah,
old vintage, yeah. But if it has sun opposition Saturn, don't buy old cars.
Don't buy old car. Yes. Avoid. So we should also learn how to avoid bad energy.
Amazing.
Okay, the sun in the fourth house, it means they must live in some area of city where famous and rich people are. So,
Yes, because fourth
but
house is place
if
of
we
living.
have that in our chart, but we don't have money to buy apartment or house where rich people live. So we should buy apartment with very large windows because of the sun. Sun rules with the sunrise,
Ah,
with sunrise rays. So it is good to have an apartment with very large windows,
that
and
the sun
that
can
apartment
enter.
should have lots of sun during the day. That is good
Oh,
energy.
wow. Amazing.
Yes,
Or as you say, the sun is also big capital cities like where the rich people live,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
very rich.
capitals.
And also area of city where rich people live. So it is
Uh-huh.
good energy,
Uh-huh.
and they will feel good. They will like their home, and they will feel they will be near the success, because
Because
the energy of sun will be stronger.
yeah, because the sun is success in life after all, and
Yes.
whatever it is, we have to make sure we're following the best aspects and the best,
The
indicate.
sun in
Okay.
the fifth house, it means that, let me see, we should go, for example, out. It means people like to go out when they have sun in the fifth house. And we should go to expensive places. If we don't have money to have a lunch there, we can go to have some drink or something like that. Then people will feel better then.
And their career will improve probably.
Yes. And also they must when they are near some great job, it is much better for them to take their laptop and to go to some very exclusive restaurants and to write emails or to do some job on laptop in a fancy restaurant. They will
Yeah.
make more success then because
Yes.
they will push up energy of sun. They are
Oh,
in a
wow.
restaurant, fancy one,
You
and
said also that the fifth house is going on holidays.
mhm,
They should go
yes,
to
it means
seaside.
they like to
Some.
go to some famous cities and places.
Uh-huh.
The
Uh-huh.
sun in the fifth house. So, but many people don't have money for that. So the, they should go there for maybe 2, 3 days. They will feel good then.
Or maybe on a holiday to a very sunny place. The sun.
Yes, yes, naturally. But also the sun in the fifth house gives people a wish to go to some, like Cannes, like Ibiza, like
Oh,
something,
show off
places
place.
like to show
Show
about
off.
places.
Show
They
off.
like it. They just like it. No, I have a friend. He has six planets in the sign of Leo, And the most important thing for him is his life. He's young now, is to go, for example, to Ibiza or something like
Yes. To come to
Yes,
Monte
yes,
Carlo. Yeah.
something like that, something like that. Okay, but he's young now. It's okay. Good. The sun in the sixth house. It means it is good to have an office if we have our own company or something like that. To have an office in um, uh, rich area of town or something like that. Very busy area of town where there are lots of important companies.
Ah, so if
So,
someone
so the
comes,
companies of successful companies, other companies, will also give us energy of sun because they are six house represent the part of town where we should have our office.
where we
And if
work, yeah.
somebody has the sun there, he must be, if he wants to be successful, must be in a very good area, where there are also a lot of other famous companies.
Ah, so if someone comes to you and says, I have two jobs they're offering me, one is in the suburbs at the end of town where there is like industrial zone, and the other one is in the center with the big banks, you'll say, your
Yes,
son
yes,
is in
yes,
the
yes.
six, go in the center with the big
Go in the
bank.
center. Yes, it
You'll
is
be
good
more
for them
successful.
to have office in the center of the city. Yeah,
Amazing.
that's great. Yes.
Amazing.
And that it also means that very important people will be their clients. Some important, successful.
Uh-huh.
It's good.
Uh-huh.
It's good energy, and also we all exchange energies with others. And when we have the sun in the sixth house, it means it is good to have an office near very large and important company because we will take their energy
Yes,
also. That's good.
absolutely. Well, I can give you an example. My husband, ex-husband, had the son in the sixth house, and he was working somewhere in an industrial zone, and his career was going really bad. And then he relocated to work in the center of London in one of the best companies in around the best companies, and his career took off. So that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yes, yes. We must divide. We must use astrology knowledge. So, when I choose I have in my sixth house, the place where I work. I have Mercury, Moon, and Venus. And the Moon means I will work in some apartment. I will not take office. I don't like office.
At home.
At the moment, I work at home because we have a large apartment. Okay, I can do it here. And the moon and Venus means woman, so I should moon and Venus means I should take some apartment for some woman, two woman planets.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Yeah, two female planets.
and Mercury there. I found one lady, she was a professor of English, Mercury to speak languages.
Teacher. Yeah.
She was very nice, Moon and Venus, beautiful and nice, very nice lady. And I took that office from her. And that office was in a part town where we have it is in the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius rules with stars. So that part of town is famous for its observatory.
Observatory. Yeah.
Yes,
Aquarius is the
I choose it
stars.
wisely. And also. Yes, and she was doing what? She was selling paint, industrial paint.
Uh-huh.
Mercury to sell, Venus paint. She was
Ah,
professor
oh my
of
God.
English. And I said, this is the energy I should take. And when I start working there, I had so many clients, so many of them. I
Amazing.
couldn't stop working. And now I work at my home, the moon home, and you can see I have the moon in the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius means somewhere high,
Uh-huh.
and I put water tank high on the shelf with books, but high up.
Uh-huh.
Why? Because the moon are clients in the sign of Aquarius high.
Yeah.
Moon rules with water. So I
Ah,
have lots of clients, but I want to keep it that way. And that's why I have a large tank of water up on the shelf, bookshelf.
yeah.
Why
Wow.
bookshelf? Because I have the moon moon water in Aquarius high in conjunction with Mercury. Mercury rules with books.
Books. Oh my God. You're like a wizard there,
Yeah,
doing
but I
magic.
use that energy. And also, look behind me. There is a painting with horse. I have Jupiter in my second house, the house of money. Jupiter rules with horses. That's why I have a horse behind me.
Ah, it generates
You
money for you.
understand? Yes, naturally.
Someone is asking, how about
And
Saturn in the sixth house?
just a moment, I
Okay.
will answer. And also, in front of me, there is a painting, a parrot. My daughter did it. Fantastic, good looking. She's an artist now. And parrot rules with, Mercury rules with birds. And
Birds.
Mercury also means to think. And my job is to think. And
Yeah.
that's why I have the painting of parrot in my office.
It stimulates the thinking.
Yes, my job is to think, to have ideas. Okay.
Amazing.
And okay. So I'm using that for myself. Using that for myself.
Wow.
And it works very nice. Okay, good. And who asked what?
Someone said, what about Saturn in the sixth house?
If Saturn is in good aspects, it means, every job will be hard, but they will be able to do it.
Mhm.
And boss will come and tell them, for example, just do it again. Saturn is to repeat.
Repeat, yeah, do it over and
But if
over.
Saturn is in a bad aspects, it's not good for nobody. It's not good for company if they hire you because you will bring them bad Saturn in the
Bad
sixth
luck.
house. Yes, bad luck. I had a client. She had some shop and she hired a woman with Saturn in the sixth house. And I told her, you must get rid of her because your job will be worse and worse. And she told me from the moment she hired that woman, her job went down.
Wow.
And
Oh,
she said, but I can't fire her because she has two kids, she lives alone and blah, blah, blah. But I told you, okay, if you don't do that, she will ruin you. Her energy will ruin your job. And it happened.
and that was the woman's horoscope that she hired, that she had Saturn
Yes,
in the
yes,
sixth.
yes, yes. That woman started working for my client. And that woman had Saturn in the sixth house, in
And
bad aspects also.
is it better than to work maybe in an old part of town with Saturn in the sixth?
It is, yes, what you can do. They can go to some old part of town, some old building, an old company, very
Old
old one,
company, yeah.
with tradition. That is good.
Established car company
Yes,
with
yes, yes.
tradition.
That
Someone
is
says
good.
they have Saturn conjunction Sun in the sixth, so they should be in the rich area of town, but maybe work for a
Yes,
very
but
old
very old
company.
company, very old. Yes, yes. That's
Mhm,
good. Then
mhm.
it is good.
And if you're the one who is hiring people and you have Saturn in the sixth house, should you prefer to hire older people
No.
than young?
If Saturn has only good aspects,
Yeah,
so it is good to hire older people. It is good, but Saturn must have good aspects. But
yeah.
if Saturn has bad aspects and you hire the old people, it will, it will be very soon collapsed.
So you should totally avoid it
And
on the
also,
whole.
listen to this. For example, one of my students, yes, she was running one at that moment very famous club, the best club in Belgrade at that moment. But she has Saturn in the sixth house, and she had so many problems with workers there.
Yes.
Saturn to have problems. They are late, lazy. You tell them to do something, they don't want to do it. They all find a reason why not to do something. Saturn.
Yeah.
And I told her, if you want to be successful in that job, you must be in my Serbian. I will say it into English. You must be Hitler to them. You must
Very
be very tough to them.
authoritarian. Yeah.
Yes,
Like,
very, very, very. And you should wait for first mistake, and you should
Punish.
punish him, and the second time you must fire him, and
Yeah.
everybody else must see that.
Uh-huh. Ah, because
And she
Saturn teaches lessons. Yeah, and Saturn is tough.
and she did it, and after that she didn't have problem with them.
Amazing.
So
Amazing.
Saturn will work for us or against us.
Yeah. What if it's retrograde? Does it make it worse or bad? Someone or better, or it
It
doesn't
depends
matter?
on aspects, and
Okay.
also it depends on degree, But retrograde Saturn in the sixth house, it means that the company will have all the time the same old problem.
The
That
same
will come
repeat,
back.
repeat. Yeah.
It will repeat and repeat and repeat. So it is not so great position of Saturn in the sixth house. And people should not hire. But if we have a company that has something to do with energy of Saturn, I don't know.
Leather.
For example, yes, they're selling leather, and also Saturn are jeans.
Jeans.
Jeans
Ah,
are
old.
yes, yeah, yes. Because that is the only part of clothing that we will very gladly wear when it is dirty, when it has holes.
And old.
You will not wear, this with holes, but you will wear jeans. Okay.
Oh, if
So
you were
Saturn,
repairing something with holes and broken and stuff, maybe that's
yes,
also stuff.
yes. So Saturn are jeans, and for example, if that company sells jeans or produce jeans, it's good, to have a
Yeah.
Saturn in the sixth house and to hire people with Saturn in sixth house.
Yeah. Ah, okay. Yeah. So that's good for if you're in a Saturn career or if you're working with Saturn things like say maybe lead. Lead is also ruled by Saturn, one metal. Uh,
Yes.
and if you're working with leather or with jeans and this kind of stuff, maybe then Saturn is good, or at least to
Or
find
with
an office. Sorry.
bones. I'm joking. With bones.
Yeah, with bones.
Selling bones. Okay. But if somebody has his own company, it is several companies here from Belgrade have my work. I work for them. They are very strong ones, and they asked me should they hire who they should hire, who has good energy for them. And I'm doing that. And these companies are very, very good still.
Wow.
So it is very wise to see the chart of people if we want to employ somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, I had Coca-Cola. It's one of the strongest companies in the world. And we also here in Serbia we have Coca-Cola. And about 7 clients that work in Coca-Cola was my clients, and they all have good charts, and they all give good energy to Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Oh.
Do you understand?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
when you have a company and you have, for example, 10 people working for you, and they all have good charts, your company will
I
go
should
up.
start checking people's horoscopes before I start working with them.
You should. Okay. Good. And what else? The sun, for example, in the seventh house.
Yes.
It means it is good to be married. When you are married or living with somebody, your sun will work.
Uh-huh.
Take my example. I don't like to be alone.
I have sun in
And
the
really, in my life, I have the sun in the seventh house, square to Saturn in four. And my parents, whatever I did, it was not good enough for them. Saturn in the fourth house. All the
critical
time
parent.
they were, yes, very critical to me. Okay, so I said to myself, to them, fuck off. And I decided to get married. And when I did it, my life became much better
Because the sun is
because
where we can shine.
yes.
How we
So
can
so
shine.
when you have the sun in the seventh house, it is really good to be in marriage. The best thing you can do, because then your energy of your son will shine, much better.
And to allow your partner to choose the properties because you have Saturn square Sun,
Yes,
Saturn in the
she's doing that. It is her work, not mine.
fourth.
But she also understands astrology very well, so we don't have conflicts about that.
So
So
if you have Sun in the seventh, but you don't have a partner, what can you maybe should you wear gold in order to attract a partner or sunglasses or?
but your partner, all my women had glasses,
Oh, okay.
all of them. And
Go
also
to
they
partners
like to
with
have
glasses.
some gold on them, and they are successful also. And I also must be proud with them.
Yeah, the
Be
sun.
proud, the sun in the seventh house. I am.
Yeah, so
They're
choose partners that wear
amazing
gold.
women, amazing women. What?
Choose the best partners that wear gold, that wear glasses, and you'll be happy in your
Yes, yes,
relationships
yes.
with Sun in the
And
seventh.
really, they must have some human qualities, and they all have, And I'm proud of them as not only as a women, also as a persons.
Yeah, wow.
I can't live with somebody that I don't respect.
No.
It's impossible.
And that is not
Uh,
the best looking, the best of all.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I must be proud of them. Okay, that means the sun in the seventh house. And also, it is the sign of the seventh house is the house of politics. So when I became very popular, when I wrote articles, political articles, I mean, when I analyzed what will happen in politics in the world and in my country, and I use it, I knew my chart, and I said to myself, I will be very successful and popular when I start doing that. Who will win the elections? What will happen to some politician, to some country in the world? And I started doing that, and I'm still doing that. The sun in the seventh house, the house of politics. But
Politician,
I'm not a member of any party. I know.
yes. But your fame, the sun, came
Yes,
through talking about politics.
yes, yes, yes. Talking about that, so I did it. Okay, the sun in the eighth house. Eighth house are other people's help. The sun in the eighth house, especially in the good aspects, it gives that all important and powerful people will help us.
Uh-huh.
There was one guy. He was from Croatia and fall in love with some Serbian girl. And Serbia and Croatia were in war in 20 years ago. And he lived here in Serbia. Very nice guy. And he couldn't find job because it was wartime and he was from Croatia, and he completed studies of being an engineer, constructing engineer. And I told him, you should go to some foreign country. I told him what country, Australia, because the sun rules with his 12th house, faraway countries.
Faraway country.
And when you come there, you should go to the best companies for constructing, for building, and knock at the door, at the owner door, because the son is the
The
owner,
boss, the owner.
and he did it, and in a very short time he became one of the most important men in that company.
Wow. So sun in the eighth house, you have to go to the most important
Yes,
people,
yes, to the
to the
most
top,
important people.
and ask for help, and they'll help you. And
Yes,
then you'll
because
become
eight house,
successful.
the help, what we need from other people, some kind of help, any kind.
Amazing.
So that means
Wow.
the sun in the eighth house.
Amazing. I'm learning
And
so
also
much.
that guy, he has the sun in conjunction with Jupiter. He was so, and that the head of the company told him later, you were very lucky because many people want to come to work for me, and I hired you.
Yeah.
And he told me you were very lucky. He was very lucky because he has the sun conjunction with Jupiter, to have the greatest possible luck.
Wow. And sorry. And when people come to you and ask you, what should they do to be more successful? You look at the sun.
I look all the charts, I look the best aspects, not only the sun,
Yeah.
If somebody has bad sun, so you must look for other planets and
Mhm.
for example, a few days ago, I had some lady from Portugal, I think. or Spain, sorry, Spain. And she lives in Spain. And she has the moon, the best aspect in her chart. Moon in the sign of Virgo, in the sixth house, in trine to Jupiter, Saturn in the sign of Capricorn.
Okay.
That is the only good aspect in her chart. And she is working as an secretary now.
Uh-huh.
The moon in Virgo in sixth house. It's good to
Secretary.
be a secretary, but it's not what she wants, you know. So I told her, you know. So all the story was about that aspect. The moon in the sixth house in Virgo, trying to Jupiter, Saturn in the sign of Capricorn. So I told her, hire, you know, the sixth house is to rent a home or apartment. She has the moon there. I told her that she should rent an old house, the moon trying to Saturn,
Saturn something
old
else.
house near the great city, and to have something like hotel for dogs and pets. You know, people who live in large cities, many of them has their pets, you know,
Dogs.
cats, dogs, and whatever. And especially young people who live, for example, they live with wife and they still don't want to have children. Most of them have a dog or a cat.
Yes.
So they want to travel somewhere for summer, for some holiday, and they have a problem what to do with pets.
Yes.
You can't just leave them at home. So I told her, this is the best job for you to have a nursing home for pets near the large city.
Six house is pets.
Yes, 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 yes.
Moon is hotel or nurse
Home,
or home.
yes,
Home,
home,
taking care.
and trying to Saturn some old home, you know. And when she takes that old house for renting, she will not have to pay a lot of money for that,
Uh-huh.
and she can earn money doing the job. That's a great job, you know.
Wow.
You know, I
Wow.
had so many times I had problems when I traveled with my family somewhere. What I had, you know, cat, fishes, aquarium, and bird. You know, what to do with them? You know, you can't
Yeah.
bring Aquarius with you, aquarium. You know,
No,
once
yeah.
on a holiday.
So you focus on the best aspects in your horoscope and you
Yes,
make
yes,
them
yes.
and you
So
make,
just do it. You know,
yeah.
what's wrong with that? You know, that's a good
Okay.
job. Eh? You
So
should
but the sun in your eighth house, then if it has only bad aspects, people in power will not help you.
Yes, we will
Stay
try
away.
and try, and they will say, just, I don't have time, or they will not receive you for conversation. And
Yeah.
but we can try, you know, even a bad aspect can bring us something good.
Okay.
Something might happen.
Not as best, not as
Yes, yes, yes.
big as best, but okay. Well, I have
Okay.
in my chart Neptune is only 6,000 trines. Does it mean I should drink alcohol?
Excuse me. What did you say? You have Neptune in the sixth house.
No, I have Neptune with the best aspects. Only trines, and sextiles. Does it mean?
Use more drugs, you know,
Absolutely.
and start doing a job with Escobar, you know.
I'm in the
We're
wrong
joking,
business.
we're joking.
Yeah. Okay, so
But
Sun.
really, you should go. Listen, you should. What you should do? You have the sun trying to Neptune. You should give some money to some charity. Really, really, you will
I
feel
should
good. You
start
know,
that. Yeah.
your heart will be. You will feel good. It's good, you know,
Yeah.
and you will have more money then, you know,
Neptune is
because your
charity.
sun is in the second house. Yes.
Yeah.
And one day, why not open some hotel? It is good aspect for hotel with restaurant.
Neptune is a hotel?
Yes, yes, yes.
Because I'm thinking of opening an astrology retreat where people come and meditate and with,
Oh, that's good also, but it must be some kind of hotel, you know.
yeah, B&B, bed and breakfast or something like that.
Yes, and also because your sun is in the sign of Aries, Aries rules with physical activities, with sport, you know. They should not only meditate, they should have, you know, gym or something like that.
Uh-huh. Ah, fantastic. We'll work out together.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay, so
good.
Sun in the ninth house now.
The sun in the ninth house, in good aspect, it is the best for that people to work in some foreign company or to go abroad to some foreign country,
Hmm.
because the sun success is in the ninth house in some foreign country, especially if the sun is in good aspect. They are crazy if they don't go somewhere, or they should work for very large company that is known all over the world. The
Yes.
ninth house all over the world. So
Hmm. Or
it is
also
also
they
good.
might
And they
work.
also should study, because the ninth house is the house of studying, and they will be good students, and they will have good marks, and so that knowledge, university knowledge, is also important for
For
them.
them. It will bring them success.
Yes, yes.
Um,
So they should use energy of the ninth house. And,
yes,
and if they have sun in the ninth house with bad aspects, they will also one day be successful, but in very hard way. Bad aspect gives you hard way.
so they still can be
But
successful
the
in a
sun is
foreign
the
country.
sun, it's the best planet. So also they should go.
So they should also go abroad, because someone is asking
Yes.
here, I have the sun in the ninth, but lots of bad aspect, opposition with Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn. So you're saying that they will still have success, but with more hard work and efforts.
More hard work and more effort, and they will have some also bad luck, but in the end they will be the sun successful.
Success, shining.
And
Fantastic.
they should, observe where is the sun, in what sign, at what degree, if they want to go abroad, what is that country? And they also have to watch astrocartography, to see where the sun is passing on what
Uh-huh.
country.
Yeah.
We use astrocartography also.
Yeah, yeah, where
But
they
the
have
sun
this.
is the sun.
Yeah, yeah. So if you have sun in the ninth house, find an astrocartography where the sun passes in the
Yeah. And
midheaven.
they should go to capital city or very large city, very important city, because the sun represents capital city or very large city or economic, important city or industry.
In a foreign country.
No, yes, yes, yes. Not to go to some small city or country.
Yes.
They should choose the energy of sun.
Yes, wonderful.
And when they come there, they should look for the best possible job, the sun, the best
Yeah.
possible company also.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah,
Amazing.
that's for the energy of sun. The sun is the sun.
Okay,
Okay.
so sun in 10th house.
Sun in 10th house. It means if the sun in the 10th house has very good aspects, sure, it's fantastic. They can make very very good career. They can be very very successful. But naturally, they have to work for that. But the sun in the 10th house is maybe the best. What somebody might have in his chart.
Wow, yes.
He must be the
Become a boss.
leader. He must be a manager. And it is, if the sun in the 10th house has good aspects, it is one day they should have their own company.
Exactly. Yeah. That's
Point.
yeah. When people come to me with sun in the 10th and say, should I open my own business? I say, one day you will for certain.
Yes, yes, yes. It's good. And if the sun has a bad aspect, but in the 10th house, they should also, run for success. But they will have lots of difficulties naturally. But at the end, they will be successful.
Yes, that's
Because
great.
the sun is the sun.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best planet, as you say. That's why we're going. I think, Nico, that we should do a second part of that in a couple of weeks. What do you do? Second part of what to do
No,
with bad aspect.
not in a couple of weeks, because I will take 2 months vacation. I
Ah,
really
okay.
need it. We
Well,
can do
maybe
it in
after that.
September. In September, yes.
Yeah,
September.
guys, would you
No
like to
problem.
learn more about, because it's 2.5 hours each webinar, and I want us to
I know,
cover
I know. There's so many things
other
to
all
tell,
planets. Yeah, I want us to cover all the
and
planets.
aspects, and
Yeah, exactly. So we'll
it's a
go
long
now and
story.
then
It's a
we'll
long story.
continue. Yeah, we'll continue in September. So we take our time and we can cover as much as possible. Okay, so
No
sun.
problem. And also you can, what we can do, you can, many people probably send you questions, we can speak about also about their, we can give them answers, no problem.
Yeah, we can
Not to
do one
all of them.
webinar just, yeah, we can do a webinar just for questions and answers as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. And also when we have the sun in the 10th house, it is also good that where we work, our office should be like sun, when somebody comes in, he must feel the success, the power,
With leopard prints.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
Gold windows and what? Yeah. In a very posh area.
Yes, posh area. But they also must have a good job, and they must feel that they will be successful. They must have that in their.
Show lots of confidence, and their
Yes.
career will go
Very
very
important.
well.
Very important.
Can it also mean what you can work with the sun in the 10th house as a career?
It depends. It depends on aspects with other planets. The position of Sun in what sign, at what degree, So you must look all the chart, And in my school of astrology, when somebody, what is wrong question? For example, what does it mean the Sun in the 10th house? I usually say nothing, and they all, why nothing? Because you must see at what degrees, in what sign, what aspects. The sun is ruler of what house, Then you will have the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Like if the sun rules the 3rd house, as in the 10th, you can be a boss of a car company.
Yeah, naturally.
Or the 4th house in the 10th, you can have big boss as a property manager.
Or to be boss in some TV station, or in some magazine or something like that. 3rd house.
3rd house, yeah. Sorry, I was
It is
talking
also
about
good for people who write, and it is also good. But listen this, what for example, there is so many things behind, I will explain you. If somebody has the ruler of 3rd house in the 10th house, it doesn't mean that that guy will be successful, but he has very successful brother.
No.
For example, Novak Djokovic, our Serbian, tennis star,
Yes.
brilliant guy and brilliant tennis player, and he has two brothers, and I know the chart of all of them, So the second brother, who lost, he was even thinking about making suicide, he's not happy with his life.
Yeah.
Because Novak Djokovic is,
The top.
yeah, the top, and you can't do something to be the same like Novak. But he gave to Novak his the best planets in his chart, because in his 3rd house, the brother, second one, he has the Sun, Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury in the 3rd house in the sign of Leo.
Oh, so his
Can you
brother is the
imagine?
best, and he's nobody.
And what he should do, he should use that energy for himself.
Mm-hmm.
To do some job with the 3rd house,
With his brother.
No, alone. So when you have the ruler of 3rd house in the 10th, it means your brother might be, or sister might be very successful, but it doesn't mean. So what you can do some job in connection with the 3rd house.
Yeah, journalism, writing, media.
Yeah, selling,
Yeah. Selling. 3rd house is selling as well.
Yes, to sell something.
Business transactions.
Okay.
What is the 11th house in the 10th?
The 11th house is to be the part of some group of people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe to be a party member,
Yeah. Okay. Yes. And to
So
be the leader.
make their success in politics in using the power of the party.
Of the
I know
party, of the
many
group.
people doing that. Many people doing that.
Wonderful. Okay.
So 11th house. So or to have influence friends, to make friends with very important people, and they will help us. Or to be the head of some organization, some group of people, or to work the job like that.
Yeah. So this will make you improve your life and make you shine like the
Yes,
sun.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
11th house is all association of group of people. So if the sun is at the degree of Pisces, they should be member of some secret society,
Uh-huh.
like Masons, like I don't know.
Sun in the 12th degree in the 11th house,
And
become a member of a secret
the,
organization.
the houses of politics are the 7 and 11 too.
7 and 11 to the
Yes.
houses.
For example, Bill Clinton, American ex-president, twice. He was two times president of America. He has several planets in the sign of Leo in the 11th house.
Yes.
So first he became very influential in his party, and he won elections in his party, and after that he became a president of America.
Wow, yes, he was very popular.
And yes, very popular, and he was helped with very important and influential people.
So big
They all helped him.
organizations,
Yeah.
big corporations, big
Yeah.
groups of people, parties. These are the 11th house, and you can have benefactors that help you, like friends in high positions that help you.
Yes,
With the sun in the 11th.
it's on the 11. That's the way, that is the way. Also, when somebody has the ruler of 10th house in 11th house, it also means the same.
Oh, the rule of the
Not
11th
only,
in the 10th.
yes.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
One of my clients, ex-politician, she had the ruler of 11th house in the 10th house. And she was general secretary of one party.
Oh, okay. So the
Very
top
important.
boss
Yes.
of a big party, the 11th. Yeah.
Yes. Good. And the sun in 12th house, it means
Go kill yourself. Sorry.
no. But what they can do, they can, for example, it's good for doctors, for all kind of medicine. It's great.
Yeah.
Or to be the head of some prison, 12th house. Oh,
Yeah.
really. For example, one guy, my ex client, he was the chief of one very large prison here in Serbia, and he has the ruler of 12th house in 10th house, and it was the planet Sun, and he was the head of prison.
Yeah.
That's also a job. Okay, or they should go to some faraway country. 12 house are faraway countries.
I had a friend who has the sun in Cancer in the 12th house, and she could never make a good career in her country. When she went to live in a foreign country, she became one of the top real estate agents in Cancer, the sign of property.
Yes.
So she was very good there.
And also 12 house are hotels, so they can work in some hotel, for example, or maybe one day to have their own hotel. That's great.
Yeah, or retreats or centers of healing.
Or
yeah.
Or nursery home for maybe elderly people or some other kind.
Yeah, so that's the best.
Yes.
Yeah, so that would be the best thing. Guys, someone is asking, what about remedies? You don't talk about remedies. These are remedies, how to use it to the best of your advantage. Otherwise, the sun in the 12th, you can get depressed. Or you can never become successful. But if you go in those areas, this is the remedy.
And the sun in 12 also means not to have confidence.
Yeah.
So if you work some job in connection with 12th house, that is great also for confidence and for success in life. So
That's
I'm telling you how to use the energy of the planet.
That's the remedy, exactly. It's
kind of a remedy. Yes.
Yeah.
What to do with it? But we can go. For example, I prepared what to do with Venus aspects, bad aspects of Venus.
Okay.
Very important,
Love life, yeah.
Yes, love, and Venus also represent what we expect from marriage. Listen, this is very important. Planets are what we wish, but houses are what we get in life. Do you understand?
Okay, yes.
For example, woman can have Sun conjunction the Mars, very tough guy, strong, good looking, brave,
Uh-huh.
the real man.
That's what
Like
you
from,
want. Yeah.
yes, that's what she wants. But her seventh house might be in the sign of Libra,
So
In
she
the
gets.
sign of Libra, Sun and Mars are very weak. So she will get a weak guy, and she will be the man in that marriage.
Yeah.
And she will be very unhappy all her life because her husband is not what she wants, the Sun conjunction Mars.
Uh-huh.
So this is very important for understanding astrology. Planets are what we want. Houses is what we get. For example, I remember one guy. He had so many beautiful girls. But her wife was so ugly, and we couldn't believe. We were in shock. When we went to the wedding ceremony. We all got drunk because she was ugly.
Oh my God.
And we couldn't believe what's going on with him. And that time I didn't practice astrology. But later I met him in a town, and I remember that, and I took his birth date. And what did I see in his chart? He has in the fifth house, the house of girlfriends, he has Venus in Libra. Beautiful girls. Venus in Libra,
Yes.
very beautiful. But his seventh house begins in the sign of Capricorn. And his Saturn was very weak and in the 12th house, and so his wife was not so beautiful like his girlfriends.
His girlfriend. So he should, instead of getting married, he should have just dated. If you
Yes,
wanted
only
good
that,
looking.
only that. Okay, good. And listen, so Venus represent what we expect from a relationship, from love, from marriage.
Mhm.
Okay, and most of people has, for example, bad Venus, with bad aspects, and I will tell you what to do. What are remedies? Now we'll go
Okay.
to real
Wonderful.
remedies. How
Yes.
to
Yes.
help us. Venus square to Saturn, or conjunction Saturn, or opposition to Saturn. It means that person must have some love, that some relationship that lasting longer, and that person thought that it would be a marriage, but then they broke. And what happened later? They were suffering. They had,
Suffering Saturn.
yes, but they suffer for a long time, maybe 5 years, 7 years, thinking about that person, last relationship. Why? Because Venus, Saturn is to go to past.
Uh-huh.
Saturn is
Uh-huh.
also um,
Not
to
let go.
suffer, suffer.
To suffer.
And
Yeah.
this aspect also gives, um, oh, my English, my Serbian, I can't remember in Serbian, masochism, some
Ah,
kind of.
to feel, to suffer. Yeah. To make yourself
Yes,
more and
but
more
they're
like.
losing time. Many years will pass by, and they will feel, and later they will feel unhappy because they are alone. But
Yeah.
they are alone because they are still thinking about that person before. Saturn is somebody from our past, so they are just losing time. So what is the remedy for that? Okay, if they have one story like that in their life, oh, it's life, it's normal. But if they repeat the same, they have another situation like that, another one, it's not wise, the life we've just passed by. And they should collect Venus rules with something nice and Saturn rules with rocks. So it is marble. They should collect marbles. It is
Expensive
better
rocks.
to have, yes, it is better to have marbles, to collect it, and to have normal life in love than to suffer.
Uh-huh.
Or they should, Venus is also to paint. They
Uh-huh.
should paint mountains, Saturn.
Yes.
Winter, Saturn.
Spain
What's
winter.
wrong with that? Yes, yes, yes. They should
Oh, this
paint.
is brilliant.
And they will not have suffering later. or they will have less of it.
Yes.
Venus square to Saturn, many people have it.
Oh, they should keep dead flowers at home.
It
Like
should be
dry,
what flowers?
but
Dry flower. Yes,
dry
yes,
flowers. Yeah,
that is also great. Yes, yes, that's
to
good.
improve their love life. Yeah.
But when somebody has Venus trine or sextile to Saturn, it means being older. They will be more ready for great love.
Later, when
So
it's a
the
good
real
aspect,
love will come later in life. Yes, yes.
the
It's
happy
great.
life.
For example, Tina Turner, great singer, she has Venus trying to Saturn, and came back. She came back with one album, and that album was popular for many years. And she did it when she was much older then,
Yeah.
because Venus is to sing, to have an album, to have songs. Trying to Saturn, when she's older, she made great comeback and success.
Yeah.
And also, she fell in love with some guy, and she married him, and she lives in Switzerland, I think.
So her happiest
When
marriage
she
was
was older, and that guy was greatest love of her life.
yeah. And can the bad aspect with Saturn and Venus also indicate that later in life you will be better in relationships?
When somebody has Venus square to Saturn, it means they only think that they can have it later, but it is much better to have it before.
Uh-huh.
Don't lose time thinking about the past relationship.
Yeah.
Venus, and also when somebody has Venus square to Saturn, it means um, if relationship love lasts too long, and they don't get married, nothing, they will never marry.
If they
They,
what?
they,
If they don't?
for example, Venus is to love somebody, to be in a relationship. Square
Mhm.
to Saturn.
Opposite.
If that relationship lasts for many years, and they don't get married, they will never marry.
They'll never marry. Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
So the
Wow.
time is not working for them. Saturn the time. They should
Saturn's
marry,
times.
before. They don't have to wait too long.
They should hurry up, so they oppose
Yes, yes,
Saturn.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
Saturn difficult aspect Venus. You don't think you're gonna get married later. Do it earlier. Time is
Do
not
it
working in your
earlier,
favor.
when the thing is fresh, when you are in love, and do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Ah, okay, that's
Okay.
something very
Okay,
interesting.
so Venus Saturn remedies to collect marbles, to paint winter or mountains, something like that. So it's better to do that than to have problems with love. Okay,
Hmm.
Venus Neptune, for example, square and a position, bad aspect. What to do with that? It is good to paint Venus to paint. Neptune is seaside.
Dolphins, seaside.
Dolphins, just paint it. And what does this aspect mean? It means they are in love.
They're in love with being in
They are,
love.
they
Yeah.
are in love in the idea of love, not in that person.
Yeah. They
And,
idealize
and,
and they
and,
don't see.
and Venus square to Neptune, they want to be highly, highly in love. But it is impossible. It is you can't be that much in love in 10, 20 years time.
So they
It's
get
impossible.
disappointed because the
Yes,
person does not
yes,
stay
yes,
so
yes, yes.
ideal.
Oh, that person is not for me. How stupid I was, blah 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 blah. But they were in love in that idea of love, high love, and so they should better start painting a seaside or something like that, or mist, or
Yeah.
yes, what Neptune, and they will be more realistic then.
Wow.
Venus square to Uranus and opposition to Uranus. Love can't last long. They suddenly jumped into love, and they also very quickly jumped out of love. They want to change,
Fast.
changes. So what they can do? they can Venus to paint. Uranus is the sky, airplanes,
Uh-huh.
the
Uh-huh.
stars,
Ah, paint stars, yeah.
paint stars, really,
Decorate
really.
your home with stars as well. Something beautiful.
So it is, that's the way how they can help them.
And would you advise them, people that have Venus hard aspect Uranus, not to jump too fast in a relationship because it's not going to help them? It's not in their favor?
That is what they need, but you can do it when you are young, but later you want to have family. You can't
Yeah,
react like that. When you want to start some family to have kids, and you can't behave like that just to jump into
of course.
many.
And that's when
So
people also start
then when
having
they
affairs.
want to have family, they should start painting clouds, airplane stars.
Yeah. Or if you are married and you're going to have Venus Uranus transit, difficult one, maybe do that if you don't want to get divorced.
Yes, yes, yes. No, people should be realistic, person that we live with, had, may have very good pluses, so and not so many minus, So stay with that person. Just stay. Okay, especially if they have kids
Yeah. And Venus
and
Neptune, if you meet someone by the seaside, but you have Venus opposition Neptune, would you warn those people this is not the right person for you?
that this is not, but they will like to feel,
They would
to
like
be in
that
love, but nothing will happen. They will not get married.
with that person because Venus is in a difficult aspect with Neptune.
Okay. So good aspects are good. Venus trine Saturn is good. Being older, we are more ready for real love. It's good.
Mhm.
Venus trine Neptune, when we fall in love, that's it.
Yes,
Fantastic.
I can say that. I have that one. And we
Yes.
fell in love on holiday in a faraway country, Neptune, by the seaside. So
And your
this
Neptune is
was
in the sign of Sagittarius. It must be in some foreign country. Yes.
in America.
Yes. Yes. Accident of America is Sagittarius. Okay.
That's sure.
And Venus, when somebody has Venus trine or sextile to Uranus, it means they will they will have a quick relationship and they will jump into marriage. It's great.
Uh-huh. Oh,
To
that's my
hurry.
husband has
It's
Venus
fantastic.
trine Uranus, and he immediately
No,
got,
and you're astrologer. Great.
yeah, exactly. We got married
Uranus,
within
okay.
5 months. Yeah.
Yeah. And also Venus Pluto square opposition. It means, you love somebody and then you start hating him. Pluto is hate.
Oh,
So
yes.
it's not good, You when somebody start to hate the partner.
No,
What to do, To
I have
paint
that.
a desert, Pluto,
Ah,
or
wow.
cactus,
Yeah.
and
Cactus.
desert flowers, and what we have in deserts. That's
I'll
good.
decorate the whole house with paintings of desert now.
And paint a graveyard,
Paintings of tombstones and graveyards.
No, don't do
Oh,
it.
paint ghosts,
Great. Yeah.
zombies, vampires.
And also Venus square to Pluto and Venus conjunction Pluto in opposition to Pluto. It might give rape, to be raped.
Yeah, I
So
can. That's
so
true.
it is better to paint desert or something like that, in
That's
connection with Pluto.
oh my God. Or maybe to have cactuses at home because Venus is
Yes, yes,
flowers
yes,
and
yes, yes,
Saturn and
yes,
Pluto
yes,
is
yes.
desert. And
That's good.
oh, what about
That's good.
Mars? Venus, Mars, difficult.
Venus, Mars, it is flowers also, but we spoke before about roses.
Yeah,
Venus is flower, Mars with thorns. It is good to plant roses. Great aspect for that.
yeah.
And Venus, listen to this. Venus rules with meat, Mars with fire. It is good to make every second weekend some barbecue.
Venus is meat. I didn't know that. That's
Yes,
interesting.
ruler of Taurus. Taurus rules with meat.
Ah, okay. Someone is asking, what if you only have bad aspects to Venus? What do you do?
Change relationships, because if you have too many squares, So it means you need new relationship, new one. So what to do? What can you do?
Yeah, you just
When
leave
you
that.
have only bed. You have only bed.
You have to paint the desert, the skies, the
Everything.
cactuses. It's like,
Yes, everything.
and what
Okay.
about Jupiter? Venus difficult aspect Jupiter.
Venus square to Jupiter, they expect too much, They expect from his husband or lover expensive gifts. Venus is present gift. Jupiter very expensive one. They expect that husband will spend lots of money on them. No, really. They will run for rich guys. Venus square Jupiter. But who can marry a rich guy? Who has Venus conjunction Jupiter, trine or sextile to Jupiter? They can marry a rich one.
Yeah, I don't have
Venus
that.
square to Jupiter means they will try to do that, but with no success.
They would want to, but yeah. What if you
And
have
what to
no
do?
aspects to Venus?
And
Sorry, yeah,
what to
what
do
to do?
then? What is the remedy for Venus square Jupiter? To paint large paintings. Jupiter is something large, Venus paintings.
Large paintings.
Large, large, large one.
Do you have to paint it yourself, or can you just have such art at home?
You can buy something like that. Yes, 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 yes. You can collect art, something like that.
Yeah, okay.
You don't have, but maybe it is better if they paint for themselves,
Yeah,
because they will spare up energy on that.
exactly.
It
More
is
energy.
better. Yes,
Yeah.
more energy will come to that.
What if you have Venus in Virgo where it's debilitated? Some advice for that.
A good question. One client of mine from America, she has Mercury and Venus in fifth house, the house of love, in the sign of Virgo. So I told her, stop analyzing love. You can't analyze love. You will destroy love in that way.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
she said, what should I do? I told her, do this. Venus is honey. Venus is something sweet. In the sign of Virgo, healthy. Sweet and healthy, that is honey, yes. Okay.
Eat
Mercury
honey.
is small honey. So wear this in your purse.
Oh
This
my
is
God.
honey.
Yeah,
And she said,
small.
yeah, I'll do it.
That's easy to do.
It's easy to do. Some remedies are really very
So
easy.
something healthy, something healthy is Virgo, Venus, sweet and healthy as well. Wonderful.
It is honey, and conjunction Mercury. Mercury is small, small package.
Yes. And what about Venus difficult aspect Moon? We forgot the Moon.
Yes, Venus Moon, it's very hard for to live together in the same house with husband and wife, because the moon is, to have a family, the moon.
Mhm.
And Venus means to have a harmony. And Venus square to the moon, it's very hard for marriage, hard aspect. And also opposition, Venus opposition to the moon. And I mostly give advice, don't marry that guy. Run away from him.
Oh my,
Because
yeah, my husband has that now. I'm curious.
but what to do, Venus square to the moon. Moon rules with liquids. Venus are sweet. So this person should drink more juices.
Uh-huh. He
Drink
does.
more juices. It's healthy.
He does 10 a day, 10 juices a day, probably.
20. No, really, they should drink juices.
Wow.
What to
Amazing.
do?
Yeah.
What to do.
Drink sweet things. Yeah,
Or they
too.
should, instead of calling some handyman, or they should paint their house by their own.
Ah,
Venus is
yeah.
to paint square to the moon, the house, home.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Oh, great advice.
Yeah. And they should do that together with partner. Venus to do something in partnership.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Venus to do with
That's
partner,
good.
something around
That's
the
good.
house. Yeah. Okay.
So okay, and
Do you want to? Yeah, do you want to take some time off, like a few minutes, 2-3
Yes,
minutes, so
why
you
not?
can
Why
rest
not?
a
Good
bit?
idea. Good idea. See you in a
Okay.
few minutes.
Okay, see
Okay.
you in a few minutes, guys. Hello. We
Hello,
were we
hello.
were just discussing with my husband how many paintings we have to put in the house of graveyards, of the moon, of
Don't
the
don't too much
dolphins.
graveyard. That is desert. better.
desert. And he said people will wonder about our style of choice of date.
They are crazy. Okay, okay. Shall we talk about planets in house, for example, in second house, the house of money, what people should do,
Yeah,
remedies?
that's very,
Okay.
yeah.
We spoke about the sun in the second house. What about, for example, the moon in the second house?
Yeah.
It means that people will spend lots of money when they buy their home. Second house is money, moon is to buy home, or the things we need for our home. They will spend a lot
Hmm.
of it. So when they start looking for a house to buy or furniture or something like that, they should drink water all the time, and they will
Uh-huh.
be more cautious not to spend too much money on that because
Uh-huh.
the moon rules with water. So all the
Uh-huh.
time when they are looking homes for buy or furniture for homes or the things we need in home, they should have a bottle of water and drink it. So
Wow.
energy of that. So they will spend not much money on that
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
because many people buy many things that really they don't need at all.
Yeah.
So
So those
when we
people.
So when you buy, when you're going to buying something like that, just drink water, not alcohol, water, water.
Water.
No, really, 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 really. And also they should have, for example, the picture of some lake. The moon rules with lakes,
Yeah. In the
or
wallet.
if they love their mother, really, if they have
Ah, picture of their mom. Yeah, in
mother,
their wallet.
the moon, or grandmother, somebody from family woman from the woman's side.
Uh-huh. An older woman, a motherly figure, they
So
should carry
so
it
they
in the
will, they will
wallet.
be careful with spending money.
Yes. Perfect.
They will be careful. Especially if the moon is in bad aspect. For example, if they have the moon in the second house, square to Jupiter, they will buy a very large house. Later they won't be able to pay it.
Hmm.
Moon, the house square to Jupiter, very large, and they will spend much more money than other families for what we need in our home. So what they should do? They should drink also water but from the large
Glass.
cup. Yes, Jupiter large one.
Yeah. Amazing.
No, really, it is much better if you drink lots of water than to spend too much money on that.
Amazing.
Yes, 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 that's good. And they should have in their home large this glass.
Glasses. Yeah.
Yes, large one, large one.
Liquid.
They will be more careful with spending money. Okay. Uh, and also the moon, for example, the moon in the second house square to Saturn. They will buy some, old things. Somebody is moving and they will go to buy what is on sale, and one family is moving and they organize sell out
Yeah.
and they will go and spend lots of money to buy also something that you really don't need.
Yeah.
So what they should do? They should drink the water with ice. The Saturn is ice.
Ice. Exactly.
When
Yeah.
when they go to see that, they should drink very cold water, and they
Ah,
will spend less money for stupid things.
that's clever. Yeah.
No, really, really. They should also eat food from the fridge. The moon
Cold.
is in, yes, square to Saturn. It's maybe better for them to eat cold food from fridge
Uh-huh.
to go to spend energy on that. And
Yeah.
also they will like to drink very cold beer too.
Exactly.
It's good, it's good. Okay, that is the moon square to Saturn moon in the second house. Um, let me see. Yes, when somebody has the moon in aspect with Mercury, they should make a list of things they want to buy.
Uh-huh. Moon in the second difficult aspect, Mercury. Make a list.
Mercury, for example. It is better to make a list than to buy, lot of little things when you see what you bought,
Bits and bobs.
Yes, yes, yes. Just make a list, I need this, so write it down, Mercury to write. Okay, okay, good. And the moon, in what aspect? Uh, the moon square to Mars. Uh, from time to time, if they want to save money, they should broke glass
Break a
and
glass
break
of
glass. And
water.
yes, yes, not with water in it, because the glass is also the moon.
Ah, okay. Glass is also.
And it is good to have in house some broken glasses.
Ah,
Why not? Somewhere,
yeah,
they should put it, somewhere.
yeah.
It is better, and also that aspect might bring the fire in the kitchen, because the moon is in the second house. They can cook something,
Second
domestic
house cooking.
food, some square to Mars is fire. So it is better to have broken glasses in the kitchen somewhere,
Yeah,
and then to have a fire in the kitchen.
yeah. Well, what if the moon is in the seventh house? Just quickly, would it and square Mars? Would it work the same way if you want
They will have
relationships to be
quarrel
good?
because of somebody's mother.
Ah,
The moon, when somebody has the moon in the seventh house, it means the family will have
Gets involved.
influence on your partner, especially
Yeah.
mother. And moon in the seventh house square to Mars gives arguments and quarrels because of that mother.
Uh-huh.
Somebody's mother. So they should be wise. If they want to stay together, they should control that. They don't have to have so many visits of mother, and they should avoid it.
Uh-huh.
When you have that in your chart, be wise and don't call your mother every day. Don't call
Yeah.
don't call her at all. She will ruin your marriage, and you will have all the time you will have quarrel because of the mother.
Yeah.
So people should also control their energies. And what also they should do? They should also, for example, they should go to visit mother and broke some glasses in her home.
Uh-huh. Okay. So it
And
acts.
say and to say, oh, I'm very sorry.
Yes.
I
Okay.
was
So it works for all the houses to
yeah,
do
yeah, yeah,
this if
yes,
the
yes.
moon has a hard aspect. But if you want to
Broke,
fix the area of your life there, just do something like
but
that.
don't broke mother, just glass.
Don't beat up your mom, yeah.
Don't do it. Yeah.
Or break a mirror in your mom's house.
A mirror is the sun, not the moon.
Ah, okay. It's
The
not
sun is mirror. The moon
reflect.
is, the glass where we put water, the glass.
Okay. Yeah.
So just, or
What about moon difficult aspect Uranus?
moon Uranus. What to do? You mean the moon in the seventh house square to Uranus, but also the same problem with mother. Mother will be nervous, and they will make all of you nervous. Moon square Uranus, and you will say, "I can't stand your mother. I will divorce you." Live with your mother. Something like that. So some of mothers or both mothers will make you both nervous. So
Mm-hmm.
what you can do, you can change homes. We can live, for
Ah,
example, here for 2 years. Later, we can uh, go to some another place. The moon is the home, square to Uranus,
change.
to change places of living.
What about if it's in the
For
second
if you
house?
have a good marriage, do it.
Yeah. And what if it's in the second house, the moon with difficult aspect Uranus? What
Um,
should you do?
it means the people will spend money on some things for home when they are nervous.
Yeah.
So they want to heal themselves with that. So what they should do? They should put water up also somewhere
Yeah.
up in home.
Hi.
Really,
Yeah, keep yeah.
yes, yes. It's better to do that than to spend money. When they're nervous, they will go to buy some things and spend money for nothing. And
Yeah.
And also what to do, let me see. And also they should be aware of electricity in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Uranus is electricity, square to the moon is the second house, the house, the kitchen, especially with something that we use for heating water on electricity. You know, how do you call it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can. Hmm. Boiler. Boiler.
Boiler, yes. You also say boiler. Okay. So you people should be aware of that. You know,
Keep water high.
if electricity in boiler is good, they should check it from time to time.
Moon
What
hard aspect with Saturn. They're asking people.
we it is good to take care of ill dogs. You know, we
Uh-huh.
spoke about that. Moon rules with dogs, Saturn with health, unhealthy, and so it is good for us to take care of sick dogs. It's good.
Yeah.
It is really the best remedy for that aspect. Take care of unhappy dogs. You know.
Yeah.
That is the best. And if somebody has the moon square to Saturn, it is not good to live in old home, old house.
Oh, it's not good. Yeah.
They
Stay
should
away.
avoid buying old apartments, old houses.
They'll create them problems a lot. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Because that house has a bad energy. Everywhere we live, you know, it has its own energy. So
Hmm.
people with moon square to Saturn, opposition to Saturn, they will choose a home with bad energy. They should ask who lived there before, what happened to that people, were they sick, you know, and something like that.
Yeah.
No,
Uh-huh.
really.
Okay. Maybe we can continue with
You
the
know,
second house. Sorry, because we.
every flat, every apartment has its own energy. For example, most of my articles I wrote in one apartment that me and ex-wife bought from. He was a journalist, you know. So in that apartment live famous journalist from Siberia,
Yeah.
and we bought that apartment. And I wrote all of my books there.
Ah, yes, because you picked
So
up
you
the
know
energy
it
from that
has
guy.
the same energy, you know. So we should ask people what happened in that apartment before, who lived there.
Yeah. Ah.
Yes, it's good to know. It is wise.
Okay.
Okay.
Shall we continue with the second house?
With
We did the
Mercury,
moon.
yes,
Yeah.
Mercury in the second house, you know. What is the remedy? Let me see. We should, for example, keep money in some books, Mercurial books.
Hmm.
If we have, you know, if we have money, you know, money is money.
Yeah.
So we
Perfect.
should, because Mercury also rules with credit cards, you know.
Uh-huh.
And it is known when people have credit cards that they just spend, you know, they don't think about how much they spend. So maybe it is wise to keep some credit cards in some books, you know, Mercury.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Just they will spend less, and or also to keep money in some books.
Yes.
So they will spend less money, and if Mercury is in good aspect, they will earn lots of money in that way because they will give power to Mercury then. Because Mercury in the second house, the house of money will be in books. Money will be in
Hmm.
books. So keeping
Uh-huh.
money in books when you have Mercury in good aspect in the second house will bring you more money. You know. Great.
Yeah. And if it's in bad aspects, it will at least keep the bad
Yes,
away
yes, yes,
somehow.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And Venus in the second house, which is good. You know, Venus rules with Taurus. Taurus is the second sign. Venus in the second house. It is good to keep money in kitchen. You know, where is food, because
Ah.
Venus rules with food and Venus rules with money, ruler of Taurus. So that is all great energy for Venus. We'll have more money then.
Yeah.
Really, really. I know some people, I told them to do that, and it works, you know, really. They are keeping their money in kitchen. And but also we second money is to go to bank, and Venus rules with banks. It is also wise, something to keep in kitchen, something in the bank.
In the
And
bank.
that's great.
Yeah. And if you have many planets in the second, you choose the one with best aspects in best
Yes, with
dignity
best
energy
and
type.
the strongest one. The strongest one.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, and also, when we want to make more money, we have some job, and we have Venus in the second house. We should listen music that we like. Venus rules with
Ah,
music, and energy of that music will make that we earn more money. The music
amazing.
we like, and we should also sing. Some songs, some part of songs. It's good energy for making money. If we
Yay!
have if we have Venus in the second house,
Yeah.
good energy.
So even if you're working, in an office, you can sing to yourself. And yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. And what about Mars in the second house is not so good for money because it means people who has that they spend money easily. They burn money.
Mhm.
Mars. So what should they do? They should have a red wallet. Mars rules with red color.
Yeah.
So when they have red wallet, instead of spending too much money, they will have red wallet,
A red wallet. Yeah.
and that color of redness will tell them, don't spend too much money. Don't spend.
Wow. I used to have a red wallet because I have Mars in the second too, and I wasn't spending that much.
But you
but
were spending. But
but
it's
for me,
better,
the best is the
the
gold.
best. But listen, you give a good example. You have the Sun, Mars in the second house.
And
But what
Venus and
planet?
Mercury.
Okay, but what planet is the strongest?
The sun.
It's the Sun because it is in the Sun of Aries, the strongest.
So
So
gold
when you start having your wallet with
gold.
golden colors, you
That's
have
when I
more
started
money.
making the most money. It's true.
But Mars is waiting.
Oh wow.
Already. And
Okay.
maybe it is good, Mars rules with metals, so it is good to have coins also.
Okay, metal coins, yeah.
Yes, to have more some metal coins in wallet, and
Yeah.
yes. And Lisa, I have Jupiter in the second house. I have, for example, I also like to spend, and I have what to spend. But Jupiter, when you have a foreign currency in your wallet,
Yes,
you are
like a
you are
dollar.
then yes, euros, dollars. So we have dinars here, and in Serbia, and it means I think about spending, because I have to exchange it, and I have time for thinking, what should I buy and where to spend. So it
Nice.
is. So I have more money when I have a foreign currency in my wallet. Really, I
Yeah,
don't spend it too
that's
much.
a great excuse when you
But
go
when I
out
have
on a date.
dinners, really, when I have dinners, it's just go.
Well, that's a good excuse when you go on a date to always say, I'm sorry, I just have foreign
Yes,
currency.
I can buy anything. Let's run. Let's run and don't buy.
What about
Uh,
Saturn in the second?
oh, listen this. This is very interesting story. I have some friends. I know them more than 40 years. They are my neighbors where I was born, and they both have Saturn in the second house. Can you imagine? Wife and husband, they both have Saturn in the second house.
Yeah,
All their life, they don't have enough money.
yeah.
All their life, they have problem with money. Every time I see them, they're talking about their problems. They don't have money for this. They don't have money for that. I got used to it.
Yeah.
So what is the advice? If you, some of listeners, has Saturn in the second house, don't marry a husband or wife with Saturn in the second house. You will never have money.
That's great. Yeah.
Never do that.
That's
No,
great.
but what is the remedy? Listen, remedy is very interesting. Saturn is something old. We keep money in wallet. So that person with Saturn in the second house should have old leather Saturn,
Yeah.
a wallet,
Yeah.
and also I will show you. Also, they should have some old. How do you call this? Old one. This.
Old currency that is not in
Yes,
use
yes.
anymore.
Yes. So it is much better to have old leather black. Saturn
Black.
is also black.
Wow. It's
Wallet with
crazy.
some old, and it works. I told to many people about that remedy, and they called me and they said, now I have more money than before.
You know, my
They
husband has Saturn in the second, and he has a black leather wallet, and and in Sagittarius, so I'll give him an old foreign currency. So,
yes. No, yes, do it. He will
yeah.
have more money. It
Ah,
is better to have that than to have less money. So
yeah.
it works.
Amazing.
It really
Wow,
works.
it's great. Okay.
And Lisa, I will forgot to tell you this. One of my students, she worked also the story about Saturn.
Just
How
something.
how
Someone is asking, does it apply if the second house is Capricorn? Can we apply it if there is no planet, but it's Capricorn, so you use it
but
instead?
it depends what aspect, where is Saturn as a ruler and what aspect does it have.
Hmm. Yeah.
But I'm talking about the Saturn in the. It
Second
is stronger than when you have a second house in the
Capricorn.
sign of Capricorn.
But you can
So
still
about
use
the
it. You can still use the
you
principle.
can, but it depends on chart. Where is the position of Saturn? What aspect does it have?
Yeah. Because if Saturn is in the seventh, you better keep your money with your partner or something like
No,
that.
no, 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 no. Don't do it. No. Because your second house might be better, so you should keep your money with yourself.
I mean, if the Lord of the seventh,
Oh
at the
yes.
second,
Okay.
the Lord of the second is in the seventh.
Yes. But what is bad if the Saturn rules with seventh house is in the second house.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you do something, for example, your husband tells you, let's do this job, you will go bankruptcy. So
No.
do nothing with your husband. Keep your money.
Yeah.
Keep your money. Okay, good. But this, and I will tell you about what to do with Saturn in the 10th house.
Hmm.
One of my students at that moment, she was almost crying. She works in a company of her sister. Her sister is the boss, and she has Saturn in the 10th house in the sign of Cancer.
Hmm.
To work in a family company.
Yeah.
And her sister, she is Taurus in sign, ascendant in Leo, and the sun is in the 10th house in Taurus.
Hmm.
And she's the boss, in that company, her
Yeah.
company. And she's yelling all the time because Taurus like to yell, scream.
Uh-huh.
And this my student saying me that she can't stand it anymore. What to do? She's asking me. And I told her, 10th house is her boss, her sister. There she has Saturn in the sign of Cancer. And I told her, take little marbles, stones, and
Saturn.
put in some water,
Cancer.
because the Saturn is in the sign of Cancer.
Cancer.
Cancer rules with water. And put it in front of you, so when your sister come at your door,
Hmm.
that energy will stop her to yell, to
Uh-huh.
scream. And
Wow.
she told me that really happens, because Saturn is to block 10th house, your boss,
Hmm.
Saturn stones in water.
Wow.
And she stopped yelling at her sister, She stopped.
Amazing. So maybe also
Really.
if you have Saturn in the second, you can have rocks in your wallet. Keep like a
But
small.
only, yes. But this with wallet is much better,
Yeah.
because we keep money in wallet, so wallet is also second
Yes.
house. So
Yes.
Saturn is old, leather,
Leather.
black
Fantastic.
wallet,
Okay.
and
So
also some currency in there.
old
It
currency. What
helps for
about
sure.
Uranus in the second? So we go
Hmm,
through all of them because
yes.
people are
Yeah,
asking.
I know, naturally. Uranus in the second, it means our friends will ask for our money. We will give money to our friends. It also means that we spend money in advance. That
Uh-huh.
is Uranus.
Before having it.
Yeah, really, really, really. People who has the second house in the sign of Aquarius, or it is even stronger, Uranus in the second house. Yes, they spend money. They take money from some friends and they spend it, and they are waiting for their salary. So they spend in advance.
Yeah.
And also when I have some clients here in Belgrade, and when they came into my office and they are giving me money, and we even didn't start to work,
Ah,
and
okay.
I'm
They give
telling them,
before that.
don't give me money, give me when I finish. And they all have Uranus in the second house. They
They
want to pay in advance.
yeah. Me.
And what should they do? They should put some pictures of airplane, Uranus, or
Yeah.
some astrological symbols involved,
Yeah.
or to
Maybe.
have that wallet like that
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
with astrological symbols.
Yeah.
And then they will not spend too much money in advance.
Yeah. Oh, nice. That's easy.
What to do, or to have some very unordinary wallet, because
Oh,
Uranus represents something not ordinary.
yeah. Different style. Very different.
It's quite different.
Uh-huh.
Quite different. Okay. And
Neptune. Neptune was
Neptune is to have we
dolphin.
spoke about that, to have the picture of some fish, dolphin in wallets.
Hmm.
And also to hide money from ourselves. To
Ah,
put to put it somewhere, in the house.
where we forget it.
They will find it. It will be in the house. But Neptune is to hide money from ourselves, to have a picture of dolphins. And
Yes.
one lady, from Australia, she had Neptune Mars in the second house. So I told her, put the picture of the fish, but what kind of fish? Swordfish, because
Ah,
Mars is,
Mars.
yes.
Yeah. Sharp
So,
fish.
yes, 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 yes.
Ah. What about if you have Pluto there in the second?
Um, Pluto in the second, hmm. But people with Pluto in the second, Pluto rules with Scorpio. Scorpio rules with other
The
people
people.
money. So they will all the time. They will be in debts, kind of debts.
They'll
But
borrow.
yes, yes, they borrow. But if they have good Pluto, it's good for them.
They borrow and they make lots of money out of it.
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
But if they have a bad Pluto in the second, they should have a picture of desert. No, really.
Hmm. Yeah.
Pluto rules with deserts, with cactus, in the
Yeah.
wallet. So they will take care of money.
Yeah.
Okay. And we should talk also about third house.
Third house. Okay.
Because third house is the house of driving. And too many people nowadays have car accidents, and what to do, you
Hmm.
know. We spoke about the sun, to have a very good car, and okay. But when the moon is in the third house, and if moon has bad aspects, moon means when it is raining, when the road is wet.
Okay. Yeah. So we should be careful
So
then.
yes, they should be careful then. And what is good? To have lots of water in the car. Lots of
Yes.
water.
Ah,
Very
carry a
important.
lot of water. Yeah.
It's better to have lots of water in the car than to have some car accident when it is raining.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really, really.
Ah.
And they should also have maybe some pictures of family, more represent the family, in the car, that they
Yeah.
can see. And they will be more careful while driving because they want to live to be with family, and
Yeah.
it's also good. They should do that. Um, and And the moon in the third house also represents some, in bad aspects, some car accident when we are approaching our home,
Ah,
because
close
moon
to it.
represents home also. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, um, people when they drive and then when they are near home, the road is, is the same. Too many times they draw that road, so they are not so cautious.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So have lots of water in the car. It's good.
And pictures of family. Yeah.
Yeah, picture of the family. Okay. What about Mercury in the third house? People who has Mercury in the third house, they like to do many things while they are driving. Mercury is they are like children.
Talk
Yeah,
on the
yeah, yeah.
phone.
Talk on typing messages. Read something on the phone. They listen to this is interesting. They should have a phone, but what kind of phone in the car? Mercury rules with phones. They
Yeah.
should have, old phone that we use in the home, a
Oh,
line
yeah.
phone, line phone. Just they should put the phone in the car. So they have a Mercury phone in the car, so they will
Yeah.
not use their cell phone too much
Yeah.
while driving. No, really.
And they can have a car crash otherwise. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Too many of them do that. Am I clear? The
Yes.
phone
No,
that
no,
we
no.
use
Absolutely.
in
Yeah.
our homes, old one.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
uses it nowadays.
Absolutely. Yeah. The
I
analog
even don't
one.
know the number, my phone number, and we have the line, but we don't have the phone,
No one
and
uses.
I mean, we don't use it at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is good, really. Or to have the pictures of children, because Mercury represents children also.
Yeah. In your car.
Yeah. Hmm, that's good. Uh, what the next planet? Venus. Uh, Venus in the third house represent people who like to drive and listen the music and eat something.
Uh-huh.
And they might have problems with that, What is something what we eat fell on us, from our mouth, and they will not look at the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Venus, they should have uh, uh, some tree in the car,
A plant.
something like that,
Uh-huh.
or the painting of some tree in the car.
Mm-hmm.
They can see it, so it is better to have that than. And also Venus in the third house in bad aspect, it means that they will have how do you say when the car goes,
Tumble. Yeah.
yes,
Roll
tumble,
over.
roll over.
Uh-huh. Because Venus is circle.
Yeah, circle. So maybe they have some, circle for children, that children play with circle. They should have it in the car. How do you call it?
Ah, the things that the hula hoop. The
Yeah,
hula
yes,
hoop.
yes, 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 yes.
Keep a hula hoop in your car, guys. If you have
Yes,
Venus in the third with bad aspects.
with bad aspects. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Mars, Mars in the third house.
That's dangerous.
One client came to me, and he had when his chart showed, I was like this, why? Because he has the eighth house, the house of dying and life danger, in the sign of Aries, and Mars ruler was in his third house, in the sign of Scorpio, very dangerous sign.
Sign yeah.
And Mars is also ruler of third house.
Oh, yeah.
I told him, I asked him, do you drive car, and he said, yes, enough. And I asked you must be very, very careful. And he told me this story. I know that, I had so many car accidents. And one gypsy woman told him, listen, I will repeat. He has the Mars, ruler of the eighth
Eight
house, in the third
in the
house,
third.
in the sun of Scorpio.
Yeah.
Very important. And he told me, one gypsy woman told him, oh, you should be aware, you might die in a car accident. And he asked her, what should I do? And she told him to put pictures of Scorpios in the car.
Wow.
Can you imagine that? And I asked him, did you do that? And she said yes. And what happened? I didn't have car accidents since then.
After
Can
that.
you imagine?
Wow, she tapped into his horoscope.
Yes.
Put
But,
Scorpios in his third
he
house.
met that Jewish woman in the street, you know.
Yeah. Wow.
And I said, don't take it off, you know. It's good energy for you.
Yeah. Talisman.
So what to do with the Mars in the third house, especially if it is in the sign of Scorpio? Put the pictures of Scorpios in the car, not
Mhm.
Scorpios. Okay.
And if it's not in Scorpio, just Mars still?
Mars, maybe they have some knife in the car, you know, somewhere, and don't use it in some
Yeah.
quarrels, you know. No, really. And listen this, I will tell you. One of my clients, she has Mars in the eighth house, ruler of her third house,
Uh-huh.
square to Mercury in the sign of Cancer. Mars is in the sign of Aries.
Mhm.
And it is very bad for one day she will die in some car accident. You know. And I didn't tell her that, but I told her that she should be very careful by driving. And 1 year she had the same aspect in the solar chart, Mars
Oh,
square to Mercury. You know.
yeah.
It means that year is very dangerous for her in driving. And her job is to drive. You know, she has some private company of hers, and she must travel around the country because of job. You know, and that was the only job she is doing, and she is not the person to sit in the office. And what did I tell her? I told her to put, you know, the knife. Mars is knife, and she has the Mars in the sign of Aries. Aries rules with red color. Mars with the red handle. How do you say?
Knife with a red handle. Yeah.
Yes, handle. Square to Mercury. Mercury are newspapers, you know.
Uh-huh.
And to roll that knife with the red handle in newspaper and to put that in the car.
Oh, wow.
And in that solar year, um, she survived, you know. But she saw several very serious car accidents. And she saw
Wow.
many dead people by the road, you know. And so that energy didn't went on her.
On her.
It saved her, but
She
she saw
saw.
other people dying,
Amazing. Wow.
and she's still alive, you know.
Yeah. Wow.
So and you know, once when she saw that one accident, she put the car outside and she fainted. You know, she couldn't breathe.
Hmm.
So something we can do, you know.
Yeah.
Something we
So
can
Mars,
do.
some sharp object, a knife.
Yes.
Okay.
In the sign of Aries with red handle, Aries red, square to Mercury, rolled in newspapers.
Paper. Yeah. Square. If it's square to Saturn, would be with leather red handle, for example. Or square to Jupiter would be a big knife with red
Yeah.
handle. Okay. So guys, you can start seeing how you can make or opposition Pluto Scorpion, and then put a Scorpion in the. Okay, and then if it's Jupiter in the third house with
For
bad
example,
aspect.
Mars is opposition with Pluto. It means that they might have, for example, knife
Mhm.
and also newspaper with picture of dead snake because Pluto is the snake, you know,
And it's dead
and
as well.
Mars, you know, killed one, you know. So
Ah,
it is better to have that picture in the car or than to have terrible car accident.
go and explain to your friends why do you have a picture of a dead snake in your car,
Why you have so
wrapping
many
on
dead snakes in your car?
better than real dead snakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
With a
And
knife.
Nicola told me, you know.
I'm sorry. Dead snake on a knife.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Venus was tree. Ah, you said the tree, yeah, or plant.
Some tree or picture of tree or something like that.
Uranus. in the
Or
third house.
Venus also represent our favorite songs and music. And,
Yeah. So play good music.
uh, excuse me,
The next planet, what is it? Jupiter. Jupiter.
Jupiter in bad aspect. It means it might give some accidents. Jupiter and the sign of Sagittarius rules with the highways.
With
So
what?
highway,
Highways. Okay.
highways,
Highways. Big roads. Yeah.
big roads, very big roads. Yes. So when they have, and Jupiter rules with the bus. So these people should be careful when they are driving near the bus on the
Uh-huh.
highway,
On the highway.
on the big roads. They
Hmm.
should be careful then.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And what is the remedy? To have a large car, a strong one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or a
Jupiter.
foreign car.
And also foreign car, yes.
Buy it in a foreign country.
Okay. And Jupiter also rules with movies. They can have a copy of some favorite movie in the car. That's good.
Yeah. Nice.
Or
Saturn?
CD. Saturn in the third house in bad aspects. Saturn rules with lorries,
Uh-huh.
and Saturn rules with mountain roads, with winter.
Ah,
So
winter
they should
conditions.
be, and also Saturn rules with when we are going back from somewhere.
Uh-huh. When we're going back. Yeah.
Back, Saturn, to go back. So then they should be careful, and they should have, let me see, Saturn. They should have leather seats.
Yes.
Leather
Black
seats.
leather seats.
Yes, black leather seat. That's good energy.
And if they have a good Saturn in the ninth house, they'll probably
They,
be into
they,
old
they
cars.
don't have, yes, to buy some old car, but good
Black
one.
old cars. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Uranus in the third house.
Uranus rules with bikers, and with speeding.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
They should be
people with
careful.
Uranus in the third house, they like to drive their car very, very fast.
Yes. Yes.
So
I've seen that.
Uranus, yes. So the color of the car might be like the sky color. And then they may also paint some stars on the car.
My ex-husband had Uranus in the third house. He had a light blue car
Hmm.
and he drove only sports cars. And he had bikes before, but he would always get into accidents with those bikes. So he just bought a light blue car and the accident stopped. Wow,
Yes, yes.
this is
So the
amazing.
color of Uranus and Aquarius is light blue, something like that. And
Wow.
they can also paint some stars, on the car.
Yeah.
No, really.
No, sticker star.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or like a sky, something like that.
Huh.
That's good energy. That's good energy.
Yeah.
Okay. And what else? But you,
Neptune.
but
Sorry.
Uranus also rules with
Elec-
electrician car.
Electric cars. Yeah.
Electric, yes, yes. Like Tesla motors.
So if they have a Uranus in the third house, it's better to have a electric
If
cars.
they have money to buy it, it's better.
Yeah. Someone says, what if you have Uranus with Jupiter in the third? Maybe a big electric car or a foreign
Yes,
electric
yes.
car or buy it
Or
in a
an
different
electric car,
country.
yes, yes, yes.
A
But
sports car.
but
And
Dave,
if it's bad aspect,
if Jupiter and Uranus in the third house are having bad aspects, so they should be careful at the highway when they want to pass the buses.
Jupiter, yeah.
Yes,
To go
they
ahead
should
of
be.
Uranus,
Yes, 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 yes.
to go in advance. Yeah. Ah. Neptune.
Neptune. Look what I have Neptune in my third house, and mostly people with third house in the sign of Pisces and Neptune in there, they don't like to drive cars. And I never drove car. I don't like it. But what I have, I have Neptune in the third house. I put, but wait, this is our scent from Serbia. So I have keys.
Oh, it's the
Keys
same.
are also our keys is Mercury and third house also
Yeah.
keys. So I have. Can you see this?
Yes, the
This is
same. It's
our
an
seventh.
icon. Yeah, icon.
Yes,
The
yes,
same.
icon. Yes, yes. And when I bought this, I got it as a present. I never been in life danger while driving my bicycle or when I was passing the street, crossing the street. Because I was hit about 10 times. My ruler of 8 houses is my third house.
Oh,
And car and I don't know what hit me more than 10 times. Because why? Because when you have Neptune in the third house, you start thinking about something and you not see anything.
pay attention when you're walking, when you're
Yes, when
driving.
I'm
Okay.
driving. It is easy to lose concentration now. And when I bought this, I never had the problem, really.
Oh, you can also use this for your wallet if Neptune is in the second house to put an icon
Yes, yes, some
in your
icon.
wallet.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I always carry one of Mother Mary or Jesus Christ in my wallet, and I have Neptune in the
Neptune
second.
in the third house
Pisces.
means that we don't see something or somebody doesn't hear us.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Oh.
I didn't see trolleybus, and trolleybus hit me. And but I'm a
Oh.
good sportsman. I was very, especially when I was younger. Very good sportsman. And when trolleybus hit me, I just ran. I didn't fall. So nothing happened. Lucky me.
What about
Okay.
Pluto? Someone says they have Pluto in the third house and they've had lots
But
of bike and car
yes,
wrecks, but never, yeah.
yes. But if Pluto has good aspects, nothing serious will happen. They might, for example, Pluto means to destroy something. Third house is the car. But if Pluto has good aspect and has no connection with the eighth house, the house of life danger, it means the the car will be destroyed, but the driver will be okay.
Ah,
It's
wonderful.
great.
Yeah.
Really,
Okay.
really. And I have seen that lots of it in my practice. Many people with good Pluto in the third house, they destroyed not only one car, three,
Wrecked.
but they are alive and nothing serious happened to them. They didn't
Yeah.
have serious injuries. But if Pluto in the third house in very bad aspects, the car will be destroyed, but also they might go to some operation or they might lose some part of their body.
Pluto. Yeah.
So they really must be careful. So what should they do? What remedy? To put the pictures of snakes in the car.
Yeah.
Put rules with snakes.
And someone has Pluto conjunct Saturn, maybe black snakes in their
Black
car.
snakes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
The weird choice of
yes.
art.
Black mamba.
Black.
But not the live one.
Wow. I think we covered all the planets in the third house. Maybe, and in the next webinar after holiday, maybe we can cover the seventh house and 10th house and other interesting houses. But maybe now we can take some questions.
But okay. But wait, I want to tell you this
Okay.
about the moon and bad aspects. For example, when somebody has the moon square to Neptune,
Okay. Yes, moon bad aspects. Let's do that. People
what
ask.
to do. Moon square to Neptune, first of all, it's not good aspect for drinking. If those people start to drink, they will be heavy drunkers.
No matter where the moon is. We're talking generally
Yes,
moon,
yes, yes, yes.
difficult
When
aspect
they start
Neptune.
to drink this moon square to Neptune, they don't know to stop.
Mhm.
And then they easily go drunk.
Yeah.
And they can't quit drinking. So it is very dangerous aspect. It's not good. They might become very heavy drunkards. So what do they do? Uh, they should, for example, uh, paint the house at the seaside. The moon is the house.
Nice.
Neptune
Yeah.
also rules with art. Neptune rules with the seaside. So, or they should have paintings in their homes, houses at the seaside. Okay,
Yeah. Or paintings
good,
of the
good.
seaside. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Or paintings with some monasteries, because the moon is some
Monastery.
object. Neptune is religious, so
Yeah.
paintings of some monasteries.
Religious art paintings. Yeah. Ah.
They, it might help really, really. And also the moon square to Neptune means that they might have flood in their home.
A what? A flat.
Flood. Water
Okay.
in the home. Flood.
Ah, flood. Okay, yes. Difficult aspect, Neptune, moon is,
So it is
yeah,
good to
water
have,
then.
some, if they are religious, to have some religious objects in the
Mhm.
house, or
I
some
see.
saints.
Yeah, to protect them. Neptune, moon.
Also. And it is good sometimes to tell their mothers that she's crazy, the moon square to Neptune.
Mom, you're crazy.
Now you're crazy.
I'm doing this as a remedy.
When
Nothing against you.
yes, yeah. And mother will tell you, yes, you are crazy. I know that. Okay. But also it means, the moon square to Neptune means that people might take too much medicine, too much pills.
Uh-huh.
Not also good. So
They should be careful.
they should be careful, really.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the moon, for example, square to Pluto, it means bad
Or opposition. Yeah,
opposition.
difficult aspects of
It
conjunction.
means many people with that aspects had some situation in life when they started hate their mother.
Uh-huh.
But why? Why? I was thinking, what happened? Mother Moon wanted to abort that person,
Pluto, abort.
but
Yeah.
for example, father didn't let it.
Oh my
And
God, true.
that information was in the body, in embryo,
Uh-huh.
because we start living when the father and mother, you know, had sex and
Conceive us, yeah.
yes, and we have that information, and that's why people start in some part of life to hate their mothers,
Wow.
and that hate in the man chart. It also means that that man might meet some woman that he will start hating one
Hating.
day. The
Mm-hmm.
same energy. What should they do? The moon square to Pluto means to to have a painting with the home in some desert.
Painting of a
Moon.
desert, yeah.
Yes, but the home also. On that painting must be some house, home.
Ah, okay. Painting with a home, moon, desert,
Yes,
Pluto,
in desert with cactus, something
with
like that. No,
cactuses.
really, really, really.
Okay, yes,
It is
yes.
better to have that than to hate our mother or some woman.
Yeah,
No,
certainly.
really.
Oh, absolutely.
And we have to forgive our mother.
Yeah, for
Really,
sure.
really.
That's the most important thing. But maybe the painting will help speed up the process.
We
Painting of a
must
home
understand our
in the
mother.
desert.
For example, she was scared, she was too young. And
Yeah. Uranus moon, hard aspect.
Uranus moon, it is good, for example, to have some paintings of buildings. Uranus rules with buildings.
Uranus rules buildings?
It's
Okay.
not good to live in a building with moon square to Uranus.
Ah,
Because
okay.
living in buildings make that people very nervous and
You mean like
stressed.
an apartment blocks where communal
Yes, yes,
living
yes, yes,
happens?
yes, yes.
Uh-huh.
It's not good.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
it is also good to change lots of time the place of living, apartments, or to change the furniture, in our rooms. So it is
That's what I
better to
have.
do. Yes, yes,
And I all
yes,
the
yes.
time change place of living. So,
Yeah, good, good, good.
yeah,
It's
or
good.
maybe move around the furniture, as you said, change it.
And one day this room will be working room, another day it will be sleeping room or something.
Yeah,
Just change, do
change
change.
things. Okay.
So that's good.
Moon,
And also
Mars.
moon square to Uranus. Was your mother very nervous, and did she
Uh,
made you nervous?
she still does, but I have great other aspects to the moon. But when something happens, she jumps and she scares me. She shouts like, ah, And I'm like, oh my God, calm down. And I'm shaking.
Uranus is to shock, you know.
Yeah,
So
she
your
shocks
mother
me
is shocking you
exactly.
all the time.
Yeah, but I have 4 other trines to my moon very close, so this doesn't affect our relationship.
But listen what we can do. Uranus is to jump.
Uh-huh.
So we can have in our garden, for example, you know, for jumping.
Ah, yeah. So you have
So
something.
you will not move so many times.
Ah, okay. So moon is home, Uranus is to jump. So get into your
Yes.
home, a trampoline.
Yeah,
Amazing.
trampoline.
Good.
Yeah. It's also nice, you know. It's interesting, and it's good to have that in our home for if we have a garden and we have play.
Amazing. That's a great idea, definitely.
Yes.
So you also don't get hit by electricity at home
Mhm.
with the moon in Uranus.
Yeah. Okay, and
Moon,
what are the
moon, Saturn, we talked.
yes?
Then moon, Venus, we mentioned, didn't we? We spoke about that
Yes, yes,
relationships usually will be difficult
we did, yes.
and that they should usually live.
What are the questions?
Okay. Uh, can you ask Nicola about her husband has a moon at 18 degrees and Cancer is in his 7th house. So the moon rules the 7th house and it's at 18 degrees in some sign. What could be the remedy for this 18 degree? Because in the degree course we talked it's bad. It's a difficult.
But also, listen, 18 degree is not only it is bad degree, but it is the Virgo degree. So her husband should take care of some sick dogs, you know.
Virgo,
Virgo, pets, you
taking
know,
care
moon dogs.
dogs. Okay, yeah.
It's much
But
better to, yes, to do
but the
that.
moon rules his 7th house, so maybe she can do that because she's
Yes, yes, she. Okay, okay. I didn't understand it well.
yeah.
Yes, she should do that.
So Maria, you can take care of a sick animal or something like yeah, or have pets and nurse them. And someone is asking, Moon in Taurus in the 9th house, square Mars, Saturn in Leo in the 12th house. What is their remedy?
It's not good for living in foreign countries, you know, because 9th house and 12th house are foreign countries. You know.
And they
So
both have
it might mean that they can lose their home in fire because the moon is in the 9th house in foreign country in the sign of Taurus. Moon is in this, you know, they can give lots of money for their home in some foreign country. Square to Mars in the 12th house. Mars is fire, 12th house is when they sleep. They must be careful, you know, when they go to sleep. Everything that might make fire must be under control. And they must have, you know, for putting fire down, how do you call it?
water extinguisher.
Yes, yes, they must have
The
it.
sprinklers.
Yes, yes. Also. And also it means that if they live in some foreign country and their mother come to live with them, they will have quarrels because of mother, the moon, mother in the 9th house. I don't know where they live, you know. Are they living in foreign country or in native country?
Yeah, because this moon doesn't seem to have good aspects, so better to avoid it.
Better to avoid it. And also, if that person starts learning some university, because of money, they stop doing that or something like that. You know, you have to see the whole chart.
Yeah. Okay, someone is asking, how do you interpret this? For example, there is a conjunction of Mercury, Uranus, and the Sun in the 11th house in Libra. What's the job for that person?
It's good for astrology, you know. 11th house is the house of astrology. Mercury, Uranus is also astrology. It is good to work in some IT industry. IT industry. And it is in the sign of Libra. It is good, for example, to be web designer. Or,
design.
That's great.
Libra is
yes,
design.
yes. And it's good to change companies, you know, Uranus to change. But when somebody has Sun conjunction Uranus, that person should change to go to better company, the Sun.
The better company.
From better to better, you know.
Changing
is good. going to better company, and also IT industry is great for that.
Perfect. Okay, someone has Mars, Pluto, Sun, T-square. You know, they're all in difficult aspects. The Sun is square Mars, and Pluto, and
One day they will
Pluto.
have surgery at the heart, heart
Ah,
surgery.
wow, yeah.
In what sign is the sun?
What sign is the Sun? They're just answering. What about Pluto is in the first house, Mars is in the seventh, the Sun
What is
is.
good? Okay, it is good, sun square Mars. It is good to go to sport, like boxing.
Mhm.
So for them, it is good to start going to martial art, classes and
The Sun is in
to do.
Capricorn,
Yes,
he
yes,
says.
yes, yes.
Capricorn, okay. Martial art that can help with the
Yeah,
Sun.
no, really, boxing is good because lots of boxers has sun square Mars, lots of them,
Okay.
and that energy it is they will be healthy if they do that. They will spare up their nervosis and aggression, in that.
Yeah, and that
And
can
it's
prevent
also
some of
healthy
those.
for heart. Sport is good for heart.
Yeah, the Sun is the heart.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Sun opposition Pluto? Someone is asking. What do you do with Sun Pluto difficult aspect?
uh, hmm. Sun opposition Pluto. What is the remedy? The sun. We should force the sun, and to avoid Pluto. For example, don't go to Muslim countries. Pluto are Muslims,
Muslim country.
because if you go there, their life might be in danger. Sun is the life itself.
Yeah,
And
I have that one as well, so I'll be
yes,
careful.
don't go where there are snakes. Don't
In
go
South
to
Africa.
South Africa or Africa, where there are dangerous snakes. Pluto rules with snakes.
Oh, wow.
So just they should avoid Pluto,
Yeah.
but
Wow.
don't avoid sex. Pluto. Yes.
Okay, someone is asking Sun opposition Moon. It means you're born on a full moon. Is there a
It is
remedy for that?
full moon. Full moon. Maybe, for example, when it is full moon, they should drink lots of water.
Yeah, yeah.
Good,
That's the
full
moon.
moon, full of water.
Yeah.
When it
People
is full moon
asking
on the sky.
when your book on degrees in English is coming.
It will, at this moment it is in America and it is editing, It was translated, now it is editing, and it will be over in a few days, and then we will start preparing for publishing.
Yeah,
There is a lot of job about that. It will be.
perfect. We'll announce it. What if you have planets in the 22nd degree, because you mentioned that it's a degree of being assassinated or something like that? The
Yes,
22nd.
but they can read books about killers,
Yeah.
They can use energy on that. No, really.
Crime and
Read books about crime, killings, and
yeah.
that's remedy. It's better to read about that than something like that happened.
Someone is asking remedy for Jupiter in the 12th house, square Saturn in the 8th house.
Jupiter in the 12th house. Have a
Square
larger bed. No, really,
large bed. Yeah,
not
12th
bad,
house is
large
sleep.
bed.
Yeah.
And Saturn in the eighth. But that Saturn has some good aspect from with other planets.
The Saturn has some a good aspect, because they're receiving the message a little bit delayed. Let me just see what
Yeah.
they're saying.
But listen, eighth house is other people's money. So if we take a loan or something like that, we'll go bankruptcy.
He shouldn't take this
And
long.
people should also be aware with Saturn in the eighth house. Saturn square Jupiter is to go bankruptcy, But
Ah,
they can, Jupiter in the 12th house, it means they can make it, for government and for that they went bankruptcy. They can lie or doing something like that, some
something
forgery.
hidden.
And
Some
yes,
for
something hidden is good for that because Jupiter in the 12th house is very good for hidden operations, with
you're
money.
not gonna be found out.
Yes, 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 yes.
And
To
if you basically you can
destroy,
say I've bankrupted, but you haven't
yes, yes,
bankrupted. And
but you have, that's good.
okay, so
They
there's
should do it.
because there is no other aspect to this Jupiter. She said
But
it's only
it's
one
not
planet.
good if they take too much money from bank, and some
Mhm.
loan, and because of the Saturn in the eighth house, they can be destroyed with that.
Yeah, and she says, oh, this person says they have no other aspects to Saturn, just Jupiter square Saturn. So yeah, they should avoid.
So they should follow the energy of Jupiter in the 12th house, and if Jupiter has some good aspects with other planets, that's great.
Yeah.
They should
Okay.
avoid Saturn in the eighth.
Okay. Someone says Sun in the eighth house, square Moon in the fifth house remedy.
But listen, what is the remedy with the Saturn in the eighth house?
Okay.
For example, crazy, but they can go to cemetery, old one,
Saturn. Yeah. Old
Saturn,
old cemetery
and
eighth
to
house.
put some flower there for some unknown, no problem,
Uh-huh.
and to spare that energy on that, for example, old
Yeah.
cemetery,
Uh-huh.
with old, stone.
Caption. Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes, yes, yes.
oh, amazing.
Just to
And
use energy on that,
it
But
doesn't matter
really,
if
they
it's
should be careful with money. Really, they should be careful.
and that doesn't matter if it's retrograde or direct
It's
Saturn
also,
is
eighth house is the money of husband or wife.
Mhm.
So if husband or wife want to invest some money in some business, it's not good, because they will lose all of it.
But what if you have both Saturn and Jupiter in the eighth, for example?
It depends what planet is stronger.
If Saturn is like exalted, say in Libra.
Oh, yes, I understand. In the eighth house, it is good for longevity. It means that person can live,
Well,
100 years.
they hanging on to
Uh,
life.
but they should control money of husband and wife. It is better Saturn to be wise to control
Mhm.
spendings or something like that than to lose money. Because eighth house is the second house from the seventh. And
Yes.
and and also it is very important what aspect has Saturn and Jupiter. If they have good aspect, it's good. Good for money, great.
Yeah.
They will have money all their life. It's great.
Yeah.
But if Saturn Jupiter has some square, they should be very careful.
To get that money.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
What
And
about
they should be careful from Saturnian people, from Capricorns. Planets also represents the sun signs. For
uh-huh.
example, if listen this, if somebody has the moon in the second house, square to Neptune, and they want to buy a house, and the seller of house is Pisces in the sign, it means they will just lose money, in some way.
Ah.
They will not see something, in the house, and when they buy house, then they will realize that they should invest more money to fix it.
Uh-huh. So but it's
So
usually the sun sign of the person that it
yes,
shows the planet.
the moon
So
in the
Saturn
second
in the
house,
eighth.
square
Yeah.
Neptune, Pisces. Be careful of Pisces, especially when you're buying some house or something for home.
Mhm. And when you have money with your husband or partner and you have Saturn in the eighth, be careful from Capricorn people.
Yeah, be careful with
That's
Capricorn.
absolutely true. I have Saturn in the eighth house, and a Capricorn person was taking money from us. So it was, yeah,
So planets also represent the sun sign. But
yeah.
listen, I have the sun square to Saturn. What did I do? When I start writing my articles, and I became famous later, and my editor in charge, was Capricorn. I have the Sun square to Saturn. It represents him. He was the editor in charge. And he forced me, square, you know, square is action. So he forced me to be the son, the successful person.
You
And
didn't want to, but
he helped me. I didn't know the way, but he's a very great guy, you know, really. I respect him very much. You know. But when he saw me very successful, he turned against me and he wanted to pull me down. Because I
so they can help you, but they can also pull.
Because my success was enormous, you know. He didn't expect me that I will be so popular, you know. I was the most popular journalist in my country, you know. Astrologer, you know. Astrology is not respected. Now it is respected, but when I started writing, it wasn't so much.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I a lot for myself and astrology also, you know. And because I respect this science very much. And this is one of the greatest sciences that exist, astrology. You know, the secret of future is one of the greatest secret that exists.
Yes.
You know. So this science is great. And but when he saw me, the sun, being sun, very successful, he turns against me, and we had a lot of problems. And I quit.
Difficult
I knew something like that would happen, and I resigned. I said goodbye, you know, because if I stayed there, I would have a very hard time.
Yeah,
So
it's not necessary that
we can also use bad aspects, you know. We can use.
Yeah, you can use it, but you have to get out fast because sooner or later it turns difficult. Okay.
And this guy, you know, he's one of the greatest journalists in the country. Really fantastic one. I really respect him very much. But when somebody mentioned me, you know, he will say all the bad words about me. He can't forgive me being so successful. He can't. Satan is, you know.
Someone says that,
but we must be careful.
Okay, I'm gonna take a last question. Someone says they have Sun, Saturn in Leo in the second house, and they're ruined financially in debt since years. And they're wondering, is there some help? They have Jupiter in the 11th house in Taurus as well, but it's making difficult aspects to Sun.
They should make connection with influence people. They must have influence friends. But probably Jupiter is also square to Sun.
It is square Sun, Saturn in there.
But the solution is in Jupiter, because Jupiter is in the sign of Taurus. So they must make some, with friends, you know, 11th house.
Some benefactoring.
Some job with their friends. Yes. Or to be the member of some organization, group of people. And they should be aware, you know, with the Saturn is very bad in the second house because it is in the sign of Leo, in the sign of detriment. So they should not work with large companies, with very powerful people. They will destroy them. And they should go start living in some countryside. Jupiter in Taurus, countryside, not in a large city.
Because Saturn is in Leo and it's bad.
They should, you know, force the energy of Jupiter in Taurus. Go to some countryside, you know. Work some job in connection with the sign of Taurus.
Or in the 11th
some
house.
Food, you know. They might do some job with food, Taurus.
Or corporate, or 11th house with friends, like you said.
Yes.
Okay, well, guys, it's already been 2 hours, 40 minutes. We'll continue that. I think this is a great theme for another webinar.
This is never-ending story, you know. There are
this is amazing, guys. If you'd like, I think, it's amazing.
Are they happy? Ask them. Are they happy with
this? Guys, are you happy? Do you want? Tell us what
there were too many information. You know, so.
I know, and there were so many questions, and we can't cover them all, but amazing information. Thank you so much. Looking forward to September. Have a lovely summer, everyone. So
you too. Hey, Lada, if you come here to Europe, you know, just let me know.
We should meet in person.
Webinar here, here or in Bulgaria, whenever.
I'm thinking of organizing in Bulgaria or in Sofia astrology conference. next summer. So we might do that for like a 3-day event.
We can do it, but we can also do some webinar during summer if you want. We can meet here in Serbia or in Sofia.
Yeah.
Me and my wife like to travel. We just come, no problem.
Wonderful. Or would you come to the States if we do something here?
Yeah, I will. I will. If they give me permission, you know.
Exactly.
I have Saturn at the accident of America, and I knew they will refuse. You know, they will not give
Oh,
me. But I don't want to live there. It's, you know, I have no
you don't
intention
like
at all. You know, I don't like living. I like living in my country.
exactly. I miss mine too, but
Yeah.
so we'll cover other houses, guys, in another what to do with bad aspects.
You can collect for September, for example. They can send you some questions, and you can choose what questions are the most interesting, and we can
Yeah.
do it in September time.
Yeah, we can maybe cover the 4th house as well, the 7th house, the 10th house, a few more planets with difficult aspects. Like, so this way we'll cover everything. I know it's not ordered, but you learn so much, guys, just by listening what planet rules what and how to do all those things. So I'm really enjoying that. Thank you so much for the information, Nicola. Have a
Okay,
great holiday.
you
We'll see
too.
you in September.
I
Enjoy.
hope I think I will see you somewhere in Europe.
I can't travel yet. I'm waiting for my visa.
Really?
So
Oh yeah.
I
Okay.
just,
Okay.
yeah, it takes the green
So
card.
I will try to come in America if they allowed me. You know. In maybe December, something like that. You know.
We're here, but definitely I'm gonna try and come to Europe once I get the visa. So in the Balkans, we'll organize some
But the
astrology.
thing, you know, I have indeed no intention to live there at all, you know.
I
And
know
they didn't give me, you know, and I have money, you know, and crazy, you know.
you have
And you
Saturn
know
there in
who
there.
refused me? I knew that they will refuse me. The oldest guy working in American embassy.
Interesting.
My number came out, and I went there and I saw him. He was older than me, and I knew it's nothing will be done.
Because Saturn, your Saturn is
Saturn,
conjunct.
yes, yes.
Saturn
The
is conjunct
oldest
the
guy.
ascendant.
And
Oh,
and I have connection everywhere, you know. But I don't want to use it. You know? I want to go like normal people. You know, they will give me permission. I will go. I will come back, and that's it. I don't want to use
I know.
connection for that. You know.
Well, Saturn says try over and over and over again.
Yeah, I know. I know. I know.
Thank you so much. Have a great summer. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Someone asked which sign is Egypt? Last question. They've been asking like 10
Taurus,
times.
Taurus, Taurus, Egypt,
Taurus.
Taurus.
Egypt is Taurus. Thank you.
Genetic sign of Egypt is Taurus.
Okay, Taurus. Perfect.
Taurus.
Thank you, Nicola.
Okay, bye
Thank you,
bye to
everyone.
everybody.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.